All right, party people. So I was watching a video about Anthrax today, the band Anthrax,
Mhm.
and their cover of the Public Enemy song. What song? What was that? What song did they cover? Public Enemy.
Dude,
Not
I'm drawing a
911 is a
blank right.
joke.
Drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, I am too. Anyway, I was watching, but that's when today I was today years old when I realized that Scott Ian was not the lead singer of Pantera, and I as a
Mind
as a
blown.
as a white suburban male from the '90s, I am ashamed to admit that, sir. I should have known that. I didn't even realize. So anyway, we're here. We're gonna let you chill out and listen to some tunes while we get everything ready. So
Hey,
I hope.
everybody.
Hi, everybody. Awful's here too. So
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy, and we will see you. We're a
Oh,
little earlier than usual.
Before we go, we are demonetized for tonight, so there will be no commercials or whatever. I heard quite a few people complaining about the commercials. We don't get paid off of them goddamn commercials, so why not? Why just have them? Yeah. I know I'm probably blowing Dis's mind right now, but yeah.
You know what's funny is that you mentioned that, but like as soon as you decided to go commercial free, YouTube started offering a thing where they'll just run commercials on the side and let the show play while they run. So we might get into that, or at least look to see how it pans out. But not tonight. Well, not tonight. Not tonight.
Yeah.
I'm more so just because I'm curious. I'm curious if it takes away the sound from the show. And so we might have to experiment. Like maybe I'll have to just come on a stream by at some point just to mess around and see what it does, because it's interesting. But Wrestling Old Head's in the chat. That's one of Jake's boys. So how's it going, buddy?
Yeah, we stole him.
We did. You're ours now. You belong to us, not him. I can't. It's too early to say what I was gonna say. So all right.
Yeah, wait till the show begins.
Yeah.
Parental advisory.
I don't want to get kicked off the air before we even get started. So, all right. We are going away. We'll see you guys here in about 17 minutes. So yeah, have fun, guys. I don't understand what's going on.
I am
If you're-
here.
Oh. I heard you. Hold on. I think my headset was turned down. There it is. Okay, talk again.
Hold on 1 second. I'm nowhere near the mic.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No. Well, the music, I can't hear the music at all. And I don't know why. Because I heard it on my phone, but I can't. Because someone in the chat
I'm
said
hearing it. Fine.
Someone in the chat said they couldn't hear the music. And so I went and looked and everything was going okay. And then I looked up and then I turned on my phone and I could hear it. But then when I came back here, I couldn't hear it anymore. And now
No, we're live, right?
We're live? Oh, crap.
I just heard
Okay.
myself.
Got a hammer lock and a Tommy drop. Yeah, I'm gonna go all night. I got a suplex, no I'm doing it. When I came to fight, I got a figure four. Yeah, I'll show you some more. When if you 1, 2, 3, where the camel clutch, I know it must. You'll be getting the mercy of me.
And no, I'm not going to do that shit. What's going on, everybody? This is Don, also known as Awful Wrestling, along with Dan, also known as This, and this is the This Is Awful show. How is everyone doing tonight? It's a nice Saturday. It's 10:04. We're a little late, but that's okay because we're here to rock and roll, R&B, and hip hop our way to another fun show. This, my man, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Little frustrated, man. the audio thing's kind of get. So somebody in the chat, I'll let you guys know if you ever want to mess with. Now I hear music. If you ever want to mess,
Awesome.
If you ever want to mess, here we go. We're getting started early.
I want it too, and I had to fight inch for inch to get this, and I'm not about to lay down on my back and let someone cover me.
I thank you very much.
At UN *** super chatted $4.99. Is this going to drool over Trick again? Like Dave did for Okada?
Ooh.
You've been compared to Dave Meltzer.
Hey, very successful
Thank you,
man.
man.
I'm a big fan of Dave Meltzer. Thank you very much. Give me a. No, that's a Toonie Talk thing. We're gonna do that over on Toonie Talk. You want to hear me talk about Trick Williams? I'm sure if something comes up, we'll do it here, but we don't. You know, it's not a traveling bit. I'll just say that.
A traveling bit. I dig it.
I don't want people to, rent me out, right? I don't want to go somebody be like, hey, can you come on? I need you to be on my show this week and talk. We're going to talk about Trick Williams. Can you come on and make
Yeah.
That's for Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time.
Mhm.
If you want to hear
That is your boy, though. And
I do.
He's starting to look. The key word is look. He's starting to look like he needs a change of clothes. If that makes any sense. Like I need to see a pink jacket. I need to see red or blue or some other motif other than white.
I get it. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should be doing that.
Don't change. He shouldn't change his shoes. Right?
Nah, don't change the lemon pepper steppers.
No. You need the
Unless you
those
make
are-
them yellow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yellow and black maybe for lemon pepper, right? That's the way that works. Lemon pepper, by the way, that is the normie cheat for food, right? That's what you put on anything if you want to make it taste better than like if you messed up cooking, just throw some lemon pepper on it, you'll be fine.
Right.
People will be like, "Oh, this tastes fantastic! You did wonderful." And it's like, yeah, we did good.
Black people, we can't live without Old Bay seasoning, salt, pepper. What else? We need parsley because for some reason we feel like we're Italian when we got parsley. And what else do we? Oh yeah, garlic salt. I like garlic salt.
I like garlic salt.
You put it on everything.
Yeah. There's I give me a potato with some butter and some garlic salt and lemon pepper, a little bit of sour cream. I'm done. That'll feed me for a day.
Lemon pepper is vile. Admiral Narwhal, what are you talking about? You know what's vile? Cilantro.
Oh yeah.
When Marv told me like it tastes like soap, I was just like, bingo! That's exactly what the fuck it is.
No, there's a it's like 30% of the population or something only tastes soap when they eat cilantro, and we're all part of that, I guess.
Yeah,
because that's what I get too every time I eat cilantro. I can't do it. Yeah, I like spices. Is this spice chat now? Is this gonna be?
Why not?
Spice cast? Yeah, forget it. Forget everything we had tonight. We're gonna talk about slap your mama and stuff like all that. What's the
one chip challenge?
What's the Cajun one? I can't remember what the Cajun one's called. You know what I'm talking about?
Cajun, you say? Fuck your sister?
Okay, on that note, we're gonna. How have you been? How have you been since Tuesday? Awful. What you been up to?
I know. You ever hear that song from Smokey Robinson, "Tears of a Clown"?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very rough week for me. I lost, unfortunately, not one but two friends of mine, and it has, really put it's just like so young, just so young, both of them. And made me think about things just a little bit differently. But I'm not here to bring the whole goddamn show down. Went fishing. And here's the
Oh, that's good.
so we went fishing, and there is no competitive nature when you go fishing on a restocked lake.
Oh no, yeah.
So we threw the fucking bait in there, me and my woman threw the bait in the water, and within seconds we're catching 11-inch trout, 12-inch fucking like snake, and it's just like, what the hell is going on here? So we kind of got bored with it because we were catch and release. We just did not have we didn't have a bucket or any cooler or anything like that. We were just like, but we haven't felt a bite in so long, so we got a little excited. And then after like 20 minutes, it was just like, now this is ridiculous. This is my 10th fucking trout here within minutes, because of course they don't know anything about, hooking yet. So they'll just eat anything. But yeah, that was my week.
Now I need to go. Oh, wait, we got more.
I'm gonna get off by cranking your knob just a little beyond the breaking point.
Ewan *** super chatted $4.99. AEWFUL, Old Bay on steamed blue crabs is my favorite.
Yeah. There you go, Ewan. And I know you're from Maryland, so you get a lot of those, blue crabs. I think you're from Maryland, aren't you?
I don't know.
Goddamn,
I have no idea.
I feel like an asshole just blowing up this spot.
You should dox him. You should dox him.
And thank you, Ewan. Thank you for.
I should make mention. For those of you who don't feel like donating $4.99 or above, like tipping, donating, whatever. We now have a soundbite for below $4.99.
Yes.
So we have a soundbite below $4.99. So if you do anything from 1 cent to $4.98, it'll come up with a new soundbite for you guys. I thought that was the right thing to do. In addition to that, if you look above, you know what? I should probably switch over to our talk screen here. Let me do that so they can see the thing here. So if you look right above us here, there is a counter, and we are within $100 of hitting halfway to our goal. So
which is awesome.
Amazing. We really, really appreciate everything you guys have done, and all the donations that you've given us. It is going back into the show. I'm already looking for computers, Awful. I've already started doing my shopping there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. What are you looking at?
Well, I haven't decided if I'm going to build my own or if I'm going to buy yet or buy pre-built yet. I don't know, because the whole tariff thing has like hard drives at crazy prices. But I have a 2 terabyte hard drive right now in my current computer that I could yank out and put in a new one if I built it. But the problem is that I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to building computers. It would just be like, I'd have to go watch like Linus Tech Tips or something and try to find out what to do. Maybe I'll get John to do it. Maybe I'll throw John a couple bucks.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
See if he'll take care of it for me.
He'll do it from 2,000 miles away, huh?
Yeah. I mean, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
He's a great guy.
I think he would. I think he likes that stuff. So, I'm sure he would help me out at least let me hold my phone up and tell me exactly what to do while I'm doing it or something like that.
Before we get to the show, I just want to engage with the chat a little bit and engage with you, obviously. Folks in the chat, what are you drinking? What are you drinking? If you're drinking.
I meant to tell you that. I got it for you. I got it for Loco.
Oh, really? Holy shit. He's going to be yakking by the end of this program.
No,
folks.
I'm only going to finish probably half of it while I'm here. But yeah, no, I was at the store and I had to pick up something for dinner, and I saw it and I'm like, that would be so funny if I did. And I totally forgot the bit. I almost was. Thank you for saying you saved it, Awful. I got a grape for Loco.
Ugh.
I know.
Is it warm or is it cold?
It's cold. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like a snow cone, like a grape snow cone.
Yeah,
it's exactly what it tastes like. So
our local beer beverage shop, they pour 4 Locos into a cup and then they freeze it and then they sell it for $6. And the shit's strong.
It's smart.
Yeah.
So far in the chat we got coffee. Ewan Cumia says urine. Another coffee, another urine. Wow, guys. I just
Mr. Wilson's drinking possum piss.
Yeah. So Thank you for engaging, I suppose. If that helps.
I say that to say all this. I say all that to say this. I am drinking currently. What does it say? Old Smoky Tennessee Moonshine.
Nice.
Yes, indeed.
Wow.
With pineapples.
That's classy.
And it's quite good. No. I'm drinking right out the jar.
Oh no, is it now? Okay, it's store-bought moonshine, right?
Yeah. Sadly, I'm trying to get my mitts on some authentic real moonshine. The last time I had moonshine, it was when I was working at a convenience store very, very long time ago. And guy came in, he had 2 jars of moonshine, and he had one of them with an apple in it, and the other one was plain. And I was just like, let me try the one with the apple. It tore me up. Tore me the fuck up.
I imagine, dude. Out here, like, you could walk in the woods and find moonshine out here.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
I
love it.
Like
Sutton.
Yeah, moonshine and venison. That's the currency. If you shot a deer and made moonshine, you'd be the richest man in my county. Honestly, like, you could do whatever you wanted at that point. I've seen people get I guess also. We can't. I don't know what we can say on YouTube. Second Amendment, I guess, is the other thing. Every time I go onto like the classifieds in the area, it's always like, here, I'm trying to get rid of this sofa. You can buy it for $100 or Second Amendment. Wink. You know, it's like,
yeah.
So that's why I always tell people, like, we are totally ready for the apocalypse out here. If something happens, it ain't gonna mess with Missouri. Like, we'll be fine because we're already living it, kind of. Like, most of the people out here have really slow internet, so they can't rely on it. And we get like 4 channels, and everyone just trades everything. I haven't paid for eggs in like 2 years. Okay.
Nice. Good for you, bro. I was talking to an old woman, and she was like convincing me that I should get chickens.
I don't have chickens.
Oh, you don't have chickens?
No, my neighbor has chickens, and they have so many eggs that she just gives them to us. So
yeah,
and then we go up to the church, and then like everybody, we make sure the people who can't afford stuff at church, they get eggs too. Like, we all, that's why it's just nice. The community here is so it's so easygoing. You don't really, if you don't want to buy things, you don't really have to. Like, we have a well, and
yeah, I got a well too, bro.
It's nice.
I had to prime that bitch.
Thank you, chat. Thank you for telling us to turn the music down. We can't hear it, so I do appreciate the feedback in the chat. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I don't think it's OBS. I think it's the site or something. But yeah, for some reason,
loud as shit. Now you can turn it down, maybe half of what we have it at.
I did. There. Yeah, it'll catch up. So, but yeah, we appreciate any feedback in the chat. We need to know that kind of stuff because, like I said, I have no idea why, but it's not playing for me. So I'll have to go in.
Right.
It played when I first set it up and I first called you. It was playing. We heard it when we were talking to each other, and then I set the mic down for a few minutes to go do my laundry, and I came back and it just wasn't working anymore. So I don't know what happened. But I do want to say, let's.
Your mic.
I want to start doing this. We kind of do it, but I want to make it a thing. Thank you guys, everyone who's come out tonight, everyone who supported us at the beginning of the show. We appreciate you coming out. We got Erica in the chat. We got Ewan in the chat, who's already donated a couple times. We got Matt Buswell in the chat. We got Mike Glass in the chat from the Replay Gang. He is gracious.
Shout out Brandon.
Yeah. Brandon. Who's Brandon?
Brandon Stark.
Oh, is he there too? I didn't see him
Brandon
there.
Stark is here.
Okay. We got
Mike
Erica, Mike Glass. Yeah, we got Mr. Wilson, Rick Grimm.
Mr. Wilson!
And Wrestling Old Head, who we talked about before the show. You can go back and listen to that. George Captor, who he was all up in your DMs today. And that is
yeah, he
George
was.
Captor. Yeah, he was he slid into your DMs. He was what was he? Did he try to get smooth with you?
He sent me a couple dollars.
Okay.
He was like, listen, it'd be very, very appreciative if you don't show up on our show anymore because we're losing listeners left and right, and we don't want you on. He said this was by way of Jake, so I got to talk to Jake later.
He knows Jake is getting dental surgery and can't speak for himself, so he's just out there telling he's doing everything.
Did you just let the cat out of the bag there, Dis?
What? Jake mentioned it, didn't he, on his show?
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought he did.
I don't know.
We would have
George
to say it
will
on
let us
Tuesday,
know.
right? So we'd have to do it on Tuesday. And Wrestling Old Head, yeah, like I said, we talked to him a little bit before the show. And Chris, we see you. Brad, we see you. That's it. No one else. That's it. I'm not going to keep doing this all night. So, but I just wanted to give a little recognition to the people who the early bird. Oh, LK,
Seriously.
we forgot LK was here. I didn't mention him.
Oh,
so
right.
LK, of course, LK.
Damn right. And
Number
Brad.
2. I said
now.
Brad. I said Brad.
Okay.
I said Brad. Yeah.
Okay.
I said Brad. All right. So
Brad,
like
you
I
don't
said,
mind if I nickname you Brad the Brain Becker, do you? Let me know in the chat.
I gotta tell you,
Anyway.
I would say that since the inception of Toonie Talk Wrestling all the way to now, if you take all that time, both shows, Brad has probably given us more news that we've covered on the show than anyone else. Him and LK are the ones who typically they're on top of things when it comes to sending us news things first or tagging us and stuff and making us see it. Like when I found out about the OVW thing, it was from Brad, and maybe we should just get into that. Maybe we should talk about some
do
wrestling.
that. Holy shit!
So yeah, I mean, crap. How long into the show already? We haven't mentioned wrestling. So
That's all right.
we have for those of you who didn't, well, let's show the video. I have the video right
Please.
here, so let's just watch what happened here. There's a little incident. I will say this. I normally don't do this, but if you are squeamish, I might.
If
tune
you are
out for a minute.
sensitive to seeing images that might disturb you,
Right, not blood or gore or anything like that.
No.
But if you just don't like seeing people in pain or things like that bother you, then yeah, just look away for a couple minutes here while we watch this. So this happened on Friday, I believe. Is that so? Last night?
I believe
was
it was
Thursday?
presented on Friday, but I'm not really sure. Let me check. It was on March 12th, so that was a Thursday.
That was Thursday, yeah, because they do their weekly show on Thursdays. So that makes sense.
Gotcha.
So, okay, here we go from OVW.
Brendan Bowling.
Okay,
He wiped out Mount Khadif. Look out!
okay, so yeah, man, that was a good pause too.
Great was.
So you have Timu Sammy there who went to the top rope. You had indie guy throw the ref in the way. This
Generic indie guy number 12.
right, yeah. This is a planned spot, right? Let's make that clear. This is a planned spot that was supposed to happen. But let's see where it goes from here. So
Oh my! Oh,
Fuck.
down, he's down! Holy!
okay, so he looked like he legitimately checked on him. Now, I don't know the storyline, so I don't know if he's the face and the other guy's the heel. I'm imagining that's it. So I don't know if he was checking on him as part of being a face or if he was legitimately, curious, like trying to see how he was.
Oh,
But-
no, I believe he was definitely concerned because he's the guy that landed on him. So you know how much weight and pressure you're putting on somebody when you land on. And not to mention the guy hit the back of his head like, holy, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, we can
Oh my God!
see if I can. Oh, you can't see it because the ropes, but yeah, they're okay. So I mean, you can kind of get the idea.
Oh, look at nice shot there, Disc, because
Yeah.
now he's rolling over on this poor guy
Yeah.
whose name is Dallas, by the way.
Yeah.
The ref
No,
name
I
is
will.
Dallas.
I will say this: up until now, I don't think. I mean, up until now, it's a freak accident. He's done nothing wrong. He did not deliver the move incorrectly. Up at this point right now where I paused, the only thing that went wrong was a freak accident. There's nothing I would be like if this just happened and they got the ref out, it would be like, man, that really sucks. But they did everything they could, right? Like that's where we would be on this situation because sometimes accidents happen in wrestling. There's nothing you can do about it. Now, let's keep going here.
He's down!
Okay, so he goes to check on him.
Holy!
Does anybody care if I mute this? Is it okay if I mute the sound?
Sure, you can lower it because I kind of want to get a flavor of how the announcers have responded to it.
I'll lower it here. So we can barely hear it. But yeah, so they keep the match going. So far, the ref has bounced a little bit, but nothing big.
Yeah.
And it looks as if for a second there, he just...
Oh, God.
There it goes. So he tried to move. And... Yeah.
This is no fun.
No. This is...
the announcer said, check on Dallas.
Okay, so the ref's name is Dallas.
Yes.
Correct. So
yes,
the announcer is pleading for someone to check on Dallas. Although, again, it is a thing that you would say as an announcer in this situation too. So I don't, but I think it's obvious at this point that something
something is wrong. And
okay,
what
now,
are you doing?
What is now? This is the point. This is the bad part. This is this is the point where you can really start saying they are screwing up big time. Okay. Because maybe you could be like, maybe I'm trying to think of how you could ignore this, and maybe you're just lost in your moment. But when you reach down and start moving that man,
like
not just look at that, like he's kicking him.
Yeah. The announcers didn't help calling him a carcass. He stung him too.
Yeah. So it almost looks like this is the point where they're realizing something's wrong.
Oh yeah.
You know, it looks like
I don't know when your leg goes up to 20 degrees while you're on your back. Yeah, something's going wrong.
Is there, so what do we have from here? I'll just let it run. Run. So who came out? Was that Al Snow that came out?
Well, obviously, I'm not sure who came out. The camera was explicitly told to turn away from the action,
right,
or the event, and there's a silent hush over the crowd. We don't want to put this on camera here, but we're having a referee. You already put the worst part on camera.
Yeah, it can't get worse than what we already showed.
Right.
You got fat David Letterman on the outside of the ring. He's on his phone.
He's hitting everything but 911. He's at 910, well, 909, 912.
911 is a joke in his town.
Yeah. God damn it. Late 911. Where's a fake crown?
LK saying that the wrestler posted his thoughts too. I didn't get that before the show.
Yeah.
So
no, I did not get that either. We got
I do have.
We have Al Snow's thoughts.
So we'll go over that. We'll go over those here in a minute. Maybe we'll save the other responses for Tuesday because I'm sure we're gonna cover this again once more. We remember that time we had the Raja Jackson thing and we thought we were done, and then the next day 9,000 stories came out and we had to cover it again. So I'm sure we will get to this.
Yeah, again. But this is abominable. Like, as a wrestler, whether trained or untrained, if you guys rehearse this spot and the referee is supposed to like do some sort of like roll out the way or roll out of the ring, and he's not doing that, he's laid there conscious because the ring bit the back of his head. I got that from Stevie Richards, by the way. When you smack your head on the mat, even as protected as you can be, but the ring, because it's so bouncy, smacks back and hits you in the back of your head. That's what it looks like happened here.
So I am curious to hear what their initial comments were on this.
Right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have a medical situation obviously taking place in the ring right now. Obviously, things kind of happen. So for the safety of our performers, we're gonna stop down here. And I tell you what, we'll see you Sunday, March Mayhem. We're gonna go ahead and go off the air at this point. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you Sunday. Thanks for tuning in.
Wow.
So they just said, forget it. It's over. We're done. Right. We're not doing this anymore. Oh, wow. We've been joined.
Now, how about that?
Well, we will get back to the story in a minute, but why don't we look at another video? What do you say, Awful?
Yeah, I'd say let's check it out.
Let's hear what this one is about. So, as you can see on the show, if you're watching, we have been joined by a special guest.
Surprise
right now.
run-in.
Surprise! Can you hear us, sir? Are you on?
Yes, sir. How's
there
it
you
going?
go. There's the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, funky like a monkey. It's Air Gold, ladies and gentlemen. And why is Air Gold here? This is like people are
what the fuck?
Thinking like we're crossing universes, crossing the streets, dogs and cats living together, mass anarchy. It's nuts. But he may have surpassed Jake as the most famous person we've ever had on the show. So
yeah, let's find out why, shall we?
Let's find out why.
Love him, and it has been exposed many times. Posted by Air Gold. Is that true?
I don't know who this Air Gold person is. They sound ignorant and stupid, and if I had to take a guess, they're probably a homer for Hangman. So I don't really care what they think. The only thing I care about is making money, and business is good.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Love him. And it has been exposed many times. Posted by Air Gold. Is that true?
I don't know who this Air Gold person is.
Oh, it's just
they sound
now. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take that down. So, Air Gold, my man, the man you, sir. Congratulations. I don't know what else. This is the dream, right? You got mentioned on an interview. Too bad I had
by
to be
MJF, the world champion, no less.
I know. How are you feeling, sir? First off, how are you doing today? Would you like to introduce yourself, plug yourself a little bit?
We could say that to the end.
Okay.
I'm doing pretty good. Awful happy to be here. We've despite having very different tastes in wrestling, I think we've had a very good rapport over the years, over the time that we've known each other. So I'm very happy to be here and happy that you asked me to be here.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's get into it. You get online. Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to step on toes because
you're excited. I can hear it in your voice, man.
I'm only excited because just like, first off, it should have been me. They should have mentioned my name fucking years ago. But here we are. You go online one day and you see MJF's interview. What goes through your head when he drops your name?
So I have my notifications mostly turned off. I only really get notifications from people that I follow that follow me. I happen to follow Dis, and Dis sent me a DM, and I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? and then he hadn't replied for a little bit, so I got to searching. I was like, what the fuck? And then I saw the clip, and I just laughed. I just like, LOL, legit laughed out loud.
Did at any point, like, do you think this all got to him? Do you think he really knows who you are, or was he just responding to what this interviewer was questioning?
I think MJF specifically, like 99.99% of the AEW locker room is hyper online. They see everything that you post about them.
Yep.
So yeah, MJF, I'm sure, is aware of me. I'm sure he has seen my tweets. Just yesterday, he retweeted one of my tweets, so he's fully aware of me. And yeah, like I didn't think too much of it, but like I initially saw this posted by someone from Fightful, and I'm sure because they don't like me and Sean doesn't like me, they got a good kick out of it.
Can't imagine why.
Can't imagine why, right? Can't imagine why. I wonder. It's a head scratcher, that one. And so yeah,
I remember Awful texted it to me, and this all I kept thinking about was like, I imagine that you saw that and was just like, celebrate good time. Like it had to have been. Because I know how I feel. It's so funny because I think a lot of these people think that they get to us when they mention us online or something
Right.
like that. And every time, like when that's why I never understood why Marv would get so angry about it. I loved it when like Matt Hardy would get in on me, or who else did FTR, FTR Bald would just go after me, and it blocked me and stuff. I always thought it was so much fun, like because well, FTR wasn't as fun, but like you can tell some of the guys, like Matt Hardy always seemed like he was playing the game. Ricky Starks always seemed like he was playing the game to me, and just like when I say playing the game, I'm not saying that they didn't mean what they said, but it's just like how like me and Air, like me and Air have gone back and forth publicly on Twitter 100 times, and you and all of you have, but it doesn't mean that we like hate you or we want you dead or something. It's just what we do. It's what Twitter is, right? I mean,
it's nature of the beast, right? Like you can't be critical about something like pro wrestling. You can't talk about the bookers like Tony Khan, Triple H. You can't talk about the wrestlers without opening yourself up to them responding. And then you have to be willing to take that in jest as well, because you're talking about them and they have the right to respond.
Exactly.
And you keep it moving.
The whole thing is just like, why are you responding to someone who has, like, at least in my case, 15,000 followers? Why? There's no point. Like, I'm a nobody compared to MJF, who's on television, and you know what I mean. Like, it's just like you've gotten to them. That's just the whole thing about it. Now I know that the reporter asked a question, mentioned your name, dropped your name. It's just like at that point, it's just like, what kind of questions do you have for this guy? You're pulling out shit from Twitter. Like, are you truly interested in what MJF has got to say, or what?
Right, yeah, like it definitely on the interviewer's part shows a lack of preparedness. Like you have the AEW World Champion in front of you who's main eventing a pay-per-view tomorrow, and that's the best you can do. To come up with questions, you had to go on Twitter, type in his name, and then see what came up.
Wow, what an astute response, sir. I didn't even think about that part of it, where it's just like, how little did they prepare for this? It was okay. It's inside.
It was
the
the
ropes.
second thing I thought of.
Yeah, it was inside the ropes, right? So is that no DQ or
TMZ?
TMZ?
Yeah,
okay.
It was TMZ.
Wow. Okay. I mean, we Swerve used to work on TMZ. Wow. Okay. Yeah. It's. I know that like the guy who I saw it from was no DQ, who had me blocked because they blocked me. Because they're hacks. But I think it just kind of it really does illustrate the problem that I think a lot of, especially the content creators like TMZ or you look at Wrestling Observer, Fightful, where it's like they have to do this content where they're releasing videos 8 times a day, and it's just not working anymore. So I think we're going to see more stuff like this where they actually go to Twitter and specifically mention people. It's just a weird, like it's what we used to do to them, right? It's like you want to get when you're first starting to want to get known on Twitter. It's like, well, if I get Sean or Sat mad at me, everyone's gonna know who I am, And it almost seems like it's going in reverse now. I could not believe that and I'm sure that MJF really doesn't have much of a pit. No offense, Air Gold. But I'm sure that he doesn't. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think MJF really does too?
Dude, I've been saying it for years. Air Gold said it tonight. These people are MJF said it last week. Oh,
get up. You're a robot. You're a robot. Awful.
Oh, I'm so sorry. God damn
it's
it.
All right. It's all right.
How about now?
Now you're good.
Okay, yeah. MJF admitted on air that he is obsessively online. So yeah, it stands to reason that he would know who Air Gold is.
Right, but like what I'm saying is, do you think that he, like MJF has liked posts that I've made before? It's my favorite thing to tell AEW fans when they start getting on my case is pull out the.
You're his favorite Goyim. I don't know what to tell you.
You need to.
I think the best thing about MJF.
Hold on, Air Gold. Shut up.
Oh no, you're.
I'm sorry.
No, we got.
Did we get a super chat or something?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how this works.
Yeah, we got a super. Well, we'll get to that in the end, Ewan. We'll get that when we're done with Air Gold.
Thank you,
here.
Ewan.
Thank you, Ewan. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Air Gold. We had to acknowledge.
No, I was gonna say that the best quality that I see in MJF, and this is what sets him apart from all the other AEW wrestlers that I tweet about or that interact with me or whatever, is that MJF listens to criticism, he takes it on the chin, he reflects, and then he makes adjustments on screen. And that to me is, at least for my preferences, it is good. It's what I like from someone in his position, because self-admittedly, he has spoken very openly about how badly his first championship reign went, especially the second half of it after Adam Cole fucking busted his ankle, right?
Right.
Storyline went to shit. It was horrendous. The Jay White stuff, the Joe stuff, the Devil storyline, garbage. So MJF, he's openly spoken about on Chris Van Vliet's show, many different places, that those 3-4 months of his were fucking terrible. And I think this reign, I have no idea what you guys think of it, but I have thoroughly enjoyed it. I like that there are young guys on top. I think the challengers that he's wrestling are fresh. There's variety once again on the show. I'm not seeing ex-WWE old guys that I've been seeing on my television for decades in these top positions. So MJF, kudos to him. He reads Twitter. He sees what people say about him. He saw what people had to say about his reign, saw all the criticisms, made adjustments, and I think it's been to his benefit.
I'd love to know, Air Gold, what fucking adjustments do you see?
I think you said it. The idea that
I think the biggest thing for me is, like, I'm not seeing Hurt Syndicate. I'm not seeing Cope. I'm not seeing Christian. I'm not seeing fucking Dustin Rhodes. I'm not seeing guys that have been on TV for decades. I'm seeing people that are fresh, people that are new, like fucking Kyle Fletcher, Kevin Knight. Give these guys a chance. Let them run. Let them run with the ball for a little bit. If they fall on their face, okay, fuck. It happens. You tried.
I'll say my biggest criticism with what they're doing right now in terms of the main event scene is that, number one, and I think that MJF, I agree with the idea of him going back to being a heel, because he just did not work as a face, and that whole thing didn't work. But I also don't, and now given I have not watched since they started the Hangman program, because the second Hangman's involved in a program, I completely tune out. I can't, like, I'm so post Hangman in my wrestling fandom that I can't pay attention when he's on the screen anymore.
He reminds me, Air Gold, listen, he reminds me, and you're probably not that old, but he reminds me of every fucking journeyman jobber from the 80s and 90s. I can't explain it. I'm still trying to, like, put it into context, but Hangman is just not it, man. Like, and to see him out there doing these soliloquies of promos, like, you could tell he's a fucking teacher, because he wants to use big words and he wants to expound upon his language and articulate every word, and it's just like boring.
Yeah, Hangman, in my opinion, I think they did great with Hangman in Japan before he went to Japan, everyone was like, that guy, he's like Barry Windham except agile. He can, because they didn't have him talk. He was strong, silent. He worked out, he was just that strong, silent cowboy who would get in and kick your butt, and that's what he was. And it just seems like the more he talks, the more I can't take him seriously. And I don't know, are you a big Hangman fan?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No,
we've got the biggest. I know we've got the biggest goddamn Hangman. Adam Page
I know, but not everyone knows who he is. Awful. We have to set the stage a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, to confirm what MJF said, yes, I am a homer for Hangman. But I think on screen, I think even Tony Khan would agree with all your criticisms, and that's why I think he came up with this fucking stip that if he loses tomorrow night, he can never challenge for the AEW World Title ever again. And I think it's just Tony Khan's way of being like, I don't see this guy as the top guy. He's just not it for me. So I'm going to make this step, give him one last chance, and then permanently move him out of this spot.
I hope you're right, because as I've said on the show, and I've told you privately, Air Gold, I used to be an AEW fan. I was really excited when AEW came around, and one of the reasons that I was excited was Hangman. I really liked, I would tell anyone who would listen, I would preach the guy. Even when the show started, I was still talking about Hangman. Awful. You got mad at me a couple times because I was talking good about Hangman. But it's just he's worn out his welcome so much and gone so far past okay, when MJF turned face, you could tell it wasn't working. You could tell he could tell it wasn't working, and it stopped. But it seemed like when Hangman started not working, they pushed right through and kept doing it and kept
because we didn't get it.
Yeah,
if you remember that little speech that Tony Khan did, he was just
true.
like, people just don't understand what we're doing over here.
But it was like Hangman. It seemed like there was a point where everyone kind of realized Hangman isn't working, and then they just pushed right through and kept making Hangman be Hangman and do the exact same Hangman stuff he was doing. And I mean, I'm not saying, when I say everyone, I don't mean the diehard AEW fans who are going to stick by it, or the people who care, right? The people who care.
The diehard AEW fans are those that will defend, support anything and everything that gets put on screen because of the 3 letters that are in front of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a bit of also there's just people who care, right? Like, I don't care about Hangman. Doesn't mean that I couldn't become a fan if I started liking his work. It's just that I don't have that ingrained in me there are wrestlers that you care about that no matter if they're doing good or bad, you're always going to cheer for them because you want them to do better. Right. You want them to be successful regardless of what they're involved in. And I understand that. But but yeah, I think that the Hangman's thing has just gone too far. And I hope you're right that this is kind of a wake-up call to him, because I've seen a lot of the promos that they've done, and and MJF is definitely carrying the ball on that stuff, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, Air Gold, I want to give you a little credit, because you're the only AEW fan I've ever met who's been willing to actually have a dialogue and conversation about the product, and not that. Just, I mean, seriously,
however wrong you may be.
Yeah, I mean, we disagree a lot, right? But you can take it and you can dish it out, and you understand what you get it. And yeah, I mean, whenever it's come up that somebody was like, "Hey, we should bring an AEW fan on," Air, you're the first person I was like, "Yeah, bring Air. We should do Air." And then inevitably, it always turns to one of us going, "You know what? It's probably not a great idea. It's probably not the best idea to bring an AEW fan on." But I saw this today, and I'm like, "No, we got to do it. We got to bring you on." Yeah. So, what is your response to MJF, Air Gold? This is your moment. This is your time to shine. What's your
funny enough, I think the tweet that he was responding to, or the question that he was asked, was a tweet that read, MJF's deepest insecurity is his need for the fans to love him, and it has been exposed many times. And I had referenced different times in some of his previous programs where this has come up. And so I don't think I need to respond right now. I think you will see on your television screen this exact storyline about MJF being insecure played out, now that he's aware of it.
Okay.
If he wasn't previously.
Interesting. That'll be something to we will definitely pay attention. And you know what? If it pans
because
out,
it happens like a lot of times where we understand that Tony Khan is creative isn't his strong suit. Storylines are also not his strong suit.
He's a matchmaker.
Yes. He ends up doing a bunch of things on screen that retroactively get made sense of and placed into some sort of storyline, quote unquote.
Right. Even though it's like he stumbles into a storyline.
Right. And so I think with MJF and this insecurity theme, especially with someone like a Will Ospreay coming back, because if you recall, they had a promo 2 years ago in Cardiff, where Will Ospreay was cutting a promo in front of his hometown crowd, and he said, and MJF ended up saying some shit like, They loved me until you showed up, and it kind of hit home that wait, MJF really does want the fans' love. He wants the adoration of these people. And I think when Ospreay comes back, you'll see this theme reemerge, and this exact thing, this insecurity theme, will play out on our screens.
Okay. So if it does, we will bring you back on here, and you can do a little dance on air. How's that sound, Air Gold? That sound fair?
It sounds fair. It sounds good.
But if it doesn't,
then you guys can bring me back here anyway, and then shit on. Yes, you can do that too.
I think Air, you are. I mean, you've quietly, without knowing it, been our AEW consultant for the past year now. So, just because every time, like I said, every time it comes up, I'm like, hey, maybe Air, So, but yeah, anytime we need something like that, we'd love to have you on the air.
Thank you.
We have to get back to covering. We have OVW Al Snow, and we're locking down the T-Boy wrestling scandal. Have you heard about that, Air Gold?
T-Boy wrestling scandal. I have not.
It's a big thing that we've been talking about for the past few weeks, and I did a lot of work on that. So we're gonna get into that here soon. But I really want to thank you for coming on.
I'll stay tuned in, and hopefully I'll learn something new today.
Awesome. We really appreciate it, Air. And why don't you, like I said, go ahead and plug your stuff here.
You can only find me on one platform, Twitter or X, the everything app, airgold_. Thanks for having me on here, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
I loved it. It was great.
We'll bring on anybody.
Oh, come on.
Next week's Sean Ross Sapp.
I'd like to bet $100 he will never take up your invitation.
There is one. I'll say this: there is one person on this show right now who has talked directly to Sean Ross Sapp, and it is not me, and it's not you. Awful. Nope. Which is weird that Air Gold is the one that drew the ire of him. That Sean Ross Sapp decided to show up when he got back. You'll have to come on and tell that story sometime. Our chat would love that story, by the way.
Yeah, remember, this is a brand new audience. They don't really know about you, Air Gold.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Okay,
so we might have to bring you on.
We'll do that again someday.
All right. Yeah. Have a good night, sir. We will talk to you later.
Yes,
you too. Take care, guys.
Pleasure.
Bye. Wow. All right. That was Air Gold. He's still here. He's gonna he'll disappear in a second. But there he goes. That was good. I liked having Air on. Thank you. That was nice. We had a dialogue. That was cool.
What'd you think this was going to be, man?
No,
we're two mature adults.
I knew that we would, but there's a lot of people who are going to tune into this that were like, "Oh, they're gonna get it. There's a setup, that kind of thing." And,
we were planning on it. Let's not fuck around.
He was very nice. He was very pleasant. It was hard to go after.
I was going to accuse him of ex-grifting.
I mean, I guess my thing is that I don't think he's grifting, much more than other people that we associate with all the time.
Really? You're not kidding.
It's
tough to grift on X anymore. I mean,
Elon
has done something where it's just like, oh, okay.
And I have a lot of respect for people who stick to their guns. And man, Air sticks to his guns, man. He has not tried to branch out and do a podcast, anything like that. Like he is on here. So Mr. Wilson says we've gone soft. Dude, Mr. Wilson, I'm sorry to say this. I've been talking to Air for about 2 years now, buddy. So
and actually, to be quite honest with you, me and Air Gold have had it out on Twitter Spaces a few times. So
no, Air's
gain a respect for your opponent if they if they stick around for it. You know what I mean?
There are plenty of AEW fans who ran and hid and went to Blue Sky or canceled their accounts or blocked us or whatever. Air Gold, he'll send you a DM. He'll talk to you in DMs. He'll talk to you on the main. He'll talk to you everywhere. Like I always have respect for someone who will who will actually communicate and open up. Even if I don't agree with them, even if I don't really like them that much, I do get respect for them. So, in the chat, they asked, when is JD from New York coming up?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was thinking about it this week because, we were talking about.
What were you thinking about?
What we were talking. So, Mr. Man over on Twitter, over on Facebook, the guy we thought we were gonna, cover and kind of go after,
Yeah, right.
And follow the revolution. He's no fun, man. Like he did a thing this week where like he disappeared because of the haters, and then his brother came on.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
His brother. I was gonna do this whole bit where like I read it and I was like, oh wait a second, I can't do this. My heart's broken. I'm gonna get my brother to come on. I was gonna come on and be like, hey guys, this is brother. We're gonna talk because that's obviously what it is, right? But it's just not fun because that guy's such a whiny little baby. He just every time you bring someone, he's like, my dad died 2 years ago this next month, and it's like, okay, dude, whatever. So what? But I was like, who could we cover? And I thought, it'd be fun. JD from New York crashes out a whole lot.
Yeah.
And I know there's a good percentage of our audience who would get angry at us for going after JD from New York.
Yeah, probably.
They do already. So, but there's definitely a lot of stuff that I'd like to cover by JD because
we'd be punching up
so much.
You know what I mean,
we would be. That's good though, right?
Up.
That's good.
I mean, I guess really don't give a shit about the man one way or the other. I think he is way too
I hate him.
Yeah, he blows out my speed. Like it's been probably a couple of years since I even heard the guy, but like there'll be some Twitter followers on X that will amplify his show, and I'll listen to like 13 seconds. Just like, not only did I mention that shit last week on This Is Awful or Toonie Talk Wrestling, but I didn't scream it.
No,
I didn't yell it.
Okay, I normally will not step up and be like, that Jim Cornette's stealing my material or blah blah blah. Like, I get it. There's parallel thinking. A lot of us just have the same thoughts. JD from New York steals our shit all the time.
Yeah.
1,000%. And that's not that's not even a question at this. I have the receipts that I can prove it,
the challenge has been thrown.
He stole an entire segment from me. And then, of course, he DMs me. He gets in my DMs, and he's like, oh, what are you talking about? I didn't steal anything. Everyone thinks I steal things. I didn't steal it.
He DM'd you, huh?
Yeah. He got in my DMs. He's crying at me. Yeah, why are you? He's been in my DMs a couple times. Because I messaged him once, and I'm like, hey, man, that hog stuff's bullshit. He's like, thank you. He goes off on, like, paragraphs when you DM him. And he'll just be like, yeah, man, I know, blah, 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 blah. And just keep going and going and going. But yeah, I don't like JD. So I'm thinking about maybe if something fun happens with JD, we'll bring it up on here. We'll see how our chat reacts because I know that some of you guys out there are big JD fans. But
that's quite all right. We just don't care.
It's fine. I'm just not one of them. Yeah. So, okay, let's get back to what we were covering. Let's real quick before we really start talking about it again. I'm just going to show the actual incident itself, not the whole build up and everything to it, but just the actual thing that happened here. So, not the stuff after. So there it goes again, and I'm going to fast forward just a bit to where you can start seeing that it's a problem. Because I should have given the warning, but yeah, you can see there's legs shaking, and in just a second here, he gets pushed out of the way. It's taking
Dallas is not having a good night. Jesus.
There he goes. Yeah, so they manhandle him and take him out of the way. Okay, that's all you guys needed to see to set it back up. So, many comments have been made about this in the time since it happened. We have the big one now. Like I said, I appreciate. I know you did it in Discord. It'd be just very hard for me to pull it up and everything right now. So we're just going to look at what we have, and we will get to, unless Awful wanted to pull it up, but I think we have enough to cover. We'll be okay.
No.
So here is the Al Snow comment here.
Sure.
And would you like to read it for us, Awful?
Definitely. First off, we see the OVW logo prominently displayed as the letterhead. And then it says, hello, everyone. This is Al Snow. I want to speak directly to our fans and wrestling community regarding the incident involving referee Dallas Edwards. Okay, at last week's event. Professional wrestling has always carried an inherent risk of injury for everyone who steps into the ring. On March 12th, during a live OVW television event, Dallas was involved in a planned moment. Okay, so there we go. A planned moment of physical contact with a wrestler that resulted in him suffering a head injury. Traditionally, when an in-ring Traditionally, when an in-ring injury occurs, the referee is the central point of communication, assessment, and decision-making. In this unprecedented situation, the person who would normally make that assessment was one who needed the assistance. That unforeseen breakdown in communication contributed to a delay in stopping the match and concluded the show. We are relieved to hear that Dallas is recovering and receiving the medical care that he needs. Thoughts are with him, and we're hoping for his continued improvement. Now, I'll keep reading. At OVW, the health and safety of our performers and officials has always been our top priority. We are proud of the standards we've maintained over the years, but we also recognize that there's always room to strengthen and improve. With that in mind, we are reviewing our existing procedures and updating several of our in-ring and ringside protocols to ensure we continue to meet the highest expectations for performer safety. These updates include enhanced communication systems, additional referee training, and expanded ringside response measures to help ensure that the situation like this is identified and addressed as quickly as possible. We appreciate the concern and passion for our fans, and we understand the importance of transparency during moments like this. We will continue to share updates when appropriate, and we ask everyone to keep Dallas in your thoughts as he continues his recoveries. Thank you, Al Snow.
All right. Real quick, I did forget to mention Ewan's super chat. He said,
"Hit it."
Marvin released a video today. Make sure you give it a like. So go do that, Marv. We have the he did it on the M4 Empire. So if you go over there, you can give that a like, of course. But back to this story. So the biggest criticism I've seen about this is that it's AI written, and I don't really care. Like,
you think it's AI written, huh? Okay.
Oh, it's written by. Well, I mean, all the corporate. Here's the thing, man. If you get mad about people writing AI stuff, you got to get over it, because it's society's fault. Like, we've gotten to the point where if you say one wrong word, or if you say something, one thing incorrectly or something, everyone's gonna be all over it. So to make sure that it's clean and polished. Yeah, you pump you say, you tell AI what you want to say, and it says it. Every corporate press release that comes out from this point forward is going to be written by AI. That's just the way it is. You can like it or not. That's the world we live in. That's not a thing you should criticize them over. What do you think about we need to look at the actual statement, because he did read this and agree that it's what he wanted to say and have it put out. So, which, by the way, let's also point out, Al Snow is a minority owner at this point. The only reason that they're having him comment on it, did you watch the Netflix series Awful about OVW?
It was fucking awesome.
But
I did watch it.
You know that the guy who actually owns OVW,
right. Yes,
is the guy who put this together. Like,
but he himself suffers seizures.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the worst part about, like, I'm not going to say Al should be completely held from responsibility, although, he is kind of just a trainer at this point and like creative director, but obviously he's the veteran in the room. He should, have some say. But you saw also how much he fought that dude about things, about, that guy not really understanding wrestling and what wrestling needed.
Right.
So it might be something that still goes on today. But regardless, Al Snow put his name at the bottom of this. So what do you think about the statement?
Well said. God, I mean, when you look at the footage and you see what's going on, it's just like, there's really no excuse for this. You mean you had nothing in place for a situation like this? Had this been a wrestler, like, what would you have done? The main communicator, as said by Al Snow, the main communicator of the match is now out of commission. Everything should stop at that point. Everything. And we've also got a history of this type of thing happening ever since Owen Hart died. So kind of really no excuse. We're in 2026 now. You see a referee out cold. You look at him. You check his eyes. You do something, but you don't continue the match. Don't continue the match. And if you do continue the match, don't try to pick the guy up like fucking Halliburton luggage and throw him to the side.
And
like, don't do that.
That's kind of one of the reasons that I didn't want to really get into the responses and stuff today, because I want to see what happens on Monday. I want to see the statement about what's going to happen to the wrestler, not his statement. I want to see what's going to happen to the wrestler. I want to see what the owner of OVW, not Al Snow, what that douchebag who owns the company has to say about this. Those are the people that I want to hear from, because that's really what you're going to, where the meat and potatoes are going to come from this. If they keep the wrestler, if they don't make changes to how they do things, then, we'll know a whole lot more. But we do have the comment from the ref. So, well, there's the picture of the ref, and he's giving a thumbs up. He looks to be about 16 years old.
He's okay, folks.
He's okay. He's got his bowl cut. He's doing great. Can't smile, unfortunately.
Bowl cut.
I mean, he does. No, hey, that's the style now. People like that again. That's the thing. So
he went to the barbershop. He went to the Amish barbershop. Was just like, fuck my shit all up, please. My hair, that is. Anyway,
and
we
do have his comments. Yeah. So you want to read those? Awful.
Sure. So this is from Dallas, the referee. Hey guys, I know everyone seems to know about the scary incident last night at OVW. I have been evaluated by a hospital, and I have a concussion as well as a subdural hematoma, a brain bleed. But with that being said, I've made the decision to take some needed time away to get my life and health back in good spirits. I appreciate all the support everyone has been offering, but as far as money goes, I'm grateful to be in a position that I can manage an accident like this. In lieu of donations, I instead implore all of my fellow workers to get some sort of training in assisting in another's life. Ding, 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 ding. Even the fucking ref told you. Being in the position before, it's very important to be educated in all scenarios relating to injury, illness, or condition in the ring, especially when you're performing. I'm not mad at anyone or anything other than the situation as a whole, and that I've been sitting for about 24 hours straight in the hospital. LOL. As far as updates go, I'm getting a CT scan in the morning, and if that goes well, I'll be home. Thank you to everyone who has reached out or stopped by. It means more than any of you know. Love, Dally.
I had a brain bleed once.
Oh God.
Yeah. When I was 3. My brother gave me he gave me a body slam on a couch, and I had to relearn how to walk and talk and do everything.
What the fuck?
Yep, absolutely. 100%. So I know, crazy, right? But it's that's hemophilia, man. That's what you do. So but that is what we know right now. Like I said, I'm more interested to hear what the guy who did, because the guy who actually did it is not the problem. I want to make that very clear. The guy who actually did it, the one who came off the top rope, I didn't see anything wrong with what he did, how he delivered the move. It looked pretty standard. It was a freak accident.
It's just that he landed a little wonky.
Right.
And probably gave good.
And I said, no, it's something that could always happen. It's something that, it could happen on AEW, WWE. Doesn't matter how good you're trained. That stuff can happen. The problem is homeboy afterwards, who decided he was going to roll him out of the ring and kick him with his foot. And that was the problem. Gabe Kidd.
That's what I thought it was. I was just like, made a special appearance. got out of catering at AEW. Show up to OBW. But
I just assumed his name was Bull. That he looked like a bull.
You're
to
right,
me.
right. But what a shame.
It is. And apparently OBW has been sold to a UK sports consulting firm. So
they were like, take this thing off our hands. If you guys can't manage to do this shit. And that's the other thing. Like, this letter was constructed by Al Snow not to really like, but see, God, it should have just never fucking happened. I remember Kevin Apollo's tweet. He said, shout out Kevin Apollo. He said, everybody in the ring should be fired. And we already know it hasn't happened yet, which is the only right thing to do. It's the only, see, that's the first thing you do. Fire these fucking knuckleheads. Next thing you do, then you put out your little letter, your AI letter. We got rid of them. And that's how it goes. They're not fit enough to be in this company. They almost lost a life because the man wanted to perform a goddamn suplex after the other guy checked on the guy's health. He should be fired anyway.
I do think that everything that man said was correct in terms of the referee.
Yep.
The idea that these guys definitely need to have backups. They need to be trained in other things besides wrestling. You can't just go into wrestling assuming well, you know what I respected too is that there's no GoFundMe. Like I will at least give OVW credit if they are actually paying for his, a lot of companies, including major companies, don't do that. So if they are paying his bills and stuff, I'll at least give them credit for that. But yeah, I that's why, like I said, that's why I didn't really want to get deep into this until Monday. I wanted to see what heads end up rolling. If we do end up seeing because if we see a GoFundMe, it's going to be Monday morning. If we, if we see this kind of stuff, if somebody gets fired, we're hearing about it Monday morning, and they won't be fired really. I guess they'll probably just be not used anymore, right? Because it's OVW.
Right.
But yeah, we will see on that's a to be continued. We will, because like the chat saying, you need to read a statement. You need that. It will, we will definitely get deeper into this on Tuesday. But I felt we had to at least cover it a little bit.
Sure. We got music, by the way.
I mean, it says it's on. I'm assuming it's on. I don't know.
Let us know in the chat. That's all.
Yeah, it says it's still going. We don't hear it. I don't. I was while air was on. I'm like, boy, I hope there's music in the background because he's not used to being on a podcast. He doesn't understand.
No. He's used to being on the spaces getting yelled at.
Right, exactly.
He's like, no interruptions. They're gonna let me say a full goddamn sentence.
Okay. Let's take a quick 5 here. I don't.
Oh, you're gonna do it?
You're
going to demonetize our demonetization?
So bad. I don't have to
demonetize it. Do your thing.
Why don't you just talk? You just want to talk? You just want to vamp, and I won't put on the video. Is that what you'd rather do?
The commercial.
Okay, we'll do it. And it's coming up here. I'll still get it to a better spot though, because we've seen that already. So let's get it to here. Oh, that's the best one. Okay, yeah. We need to go back. There you go.
Are you going to take your piss or what?
I wanted to get it to a good spot. Now you got the Von Erichs. You're welcome. Thank you.
Saturday night at 6 on KFDA, Channel 10.
Sunday, it's all new and it's coming at you.
Always had good hands.
Wrestling champ Hulk Hogan and Stephanie Pharisee in the outrageous comedy Goldie and the Bear.
Stephanie who?
Then stay tuned for an ABC Sports exclusive same-day coverage of the Indy 500, all starting at 8/7 Central tomorrow.
Hi, I'm Kerry Von Erich, and this is my brother Kevin. You
Hello.
can get a hot-looking Von Erich t-shirt like this. Each shirt has Kerry, Mike, or myself printed on the front. Or you can get one of these shirts that says taken by force from Kerry, Kevin, or Mike Von Erich. Call now and order my t-shirt. No, buy mine. No, buy mine.
The official Von Erich t-shirt comes in 7 sizes.
The 80s were something,
small,
man.
Medium, and large. And adults, small, medium, large, and extra large. When you order, ask for the picture shirt
2XL, you're fucked.
or the Taken by Force shirt with Kerry, Kevin, or Mike's name on it.
Lose some weight.
Your official Von Erich t-shirt during this
What are you
special
saying?
offer, call 1-800-628-2900. To save COD charges, use your major credit card or send $10 plus postage and handling to Von Erich T-shirt, Box 586-309, Dallas, Texas 75258. That's Box 586-309.
Will they say allow will they say allow 6 to 8 weeks for delivery? It used to take 6 weeks for these t-shirts to come in. Crazy.
Please, I'm on my way to Danny Dunn's right now. I know Dunn's will fix my transmission right in the original price, but this is my wife's car, Jerry, and it just won't go. It won't go? No, it won't. Well, you know they got free towing if they do the job, but I'm going to save you the trouble. Yeah. Turn around, hold that wheel. Yes, sir. You want to go to Dunn's? Yes, sir. Here you go. And you better hurry on over
Oh
to Dunn's.
my God.
Catch him at Airways and Jackson at Wales.
Jerry Lawler as the Incredible Hulk.
Transmission right and at a reasonable price. Magazine.
It's the WWF Wrestling Superstars game.
Up. I heard WWF. We are fucked.
Rowdy Roddy Piper, the Iron Sheik, even Hulk Hogan. You decide who wrestles who.
Anybody who's old enough to remember, do you remember like when wrestlers like really performed? Like I remember one time Bobby the Brain got hit by Andre the Giant. He also got hit by the Ultimate Warrior. And every time he would take a punch, he would like do this like little shuffle with his head so his hair would go all over the place and it looked spectacular. Wrestlers don't do that anymore. Like it was almost like his head bobbed back and forth real rapidly as if he were like a punching bag. I know I'm talking through the commercial. I don't give a shit.
Hey,
But
real
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
I want to go back. Because I saw this. I have this. I have this board game.
Oh, you
right
do?
here. Yeah, I have it like within arm's reach of me right now. I have
Wow.
this board game because I got it on eBay years and years ago. Like somebody gave it to me as a present for something. I don't remember what it was. And so I got it they gave it to me. They bought it on eBay. And I never, ever played it until I was cleaning out the basement one time. And I had Max, and Max saw it. And that was after he started watching wrestling. So he wanted to play it. So we brought it up. And it sucks. But, thank you for allowing me. Thank you for having the grace to allow me to urinate. I appreciate that. But I am back. And just remember, guys, if you want to be involved in the show, if you want to, you will interrupt us anytime you give us a super chat of actually any price now. We have
That's right. It's open to all.
Yeah, it won't read the super chat out loud under $5. That's just a standard thing with the program. But I did add a text to speech for that. So if you know what, I don't think we really got to hear it very well either last time. So you want me to play it? I know you like this one, so I will actually replay Ewan's so you guys can hear what the under $5 one is. Here we go.
You need to shut the fuck up.
That's the interrupt us 5,000.
Exactly.
And Gillette, apparently.
So if you want to interrupt us, that's how you do it. But yeah, for those who didn't watch last week, we teased a little bit of this. I started going into, and by the way, this isn't even all of it, man. I had 80 clips to go through based on this.
You were really trying to do an EFAP, weren't you?
No. If I wanted to do an EFAP, I would have just pulled up the original videos, right? I wanted to do it correctly, and we will give credit to the original. Although I'm sure our audience will absolutely hate this woman.
Listen, it's so great that you brought that up. I was just like, God damn. I mean, is she really pouring it on? You'll know what I'm talking about in a second.
You'll know, yeah.
Like, Jesus.
I tried to not make it so she sounds as terrible as possible, but Bitnia, I guess, Bittnia. You know what? I'll go into the description later, and I will add a link to the original videos because there is good information. At least, because I a lot of this is going to be, wow, I can't believe that happened. And a lot of this is going to be, wow, I can't believe they're making such a big deal out of this.
Right.
And it's a nice, it's a nice,
wow, I can't believe that's a girl.
There are some things, yes. And oh yeah, I guess I should say that too. There are 2 videos. These are the clips from the first video. I didn't do the second one. If this does well, we might do a second one at some other point. But this gets you the main story. I'm going to refer to everyone here as they, because I have no idea what their pronouns are. I don't know what they want to be called. I don't know what they are. So it's going to be they. And if they don't like that, I whatever.
You were about to apologize. Folks, get that clip. He was about to apologize for what do they call it?
Misgendering. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I didn't. I stopped myself from apologizing. Thank you very much, Awful. It's my instinct to apologize to everyone. I'm a pleaser. So that's what I do. We can get into that later. But we'll have a therapy session here someday. We'll bring... Do we know any therapists? We know lawyers. We know is Eric Gold a therapist? Do you think he might be able to come on here and give me some therapy or something? No. All right. So you don't know that. First off, you don't know that Eric Gold's not a therapist, by the way. I want to bring that up. Our new friend, Eric Gold.
Thus, the idea for T-Boy Wrestling was born. According to their wiki.
So there she is. There's Bitnia, I guess is her name. I found all these are from her YouTube video. They've been clipped up. I don't know exactly who did it or what, because it didn't look like it was from her account, but I don't care. Like I said, if you want to watch the full videos, there are 2 over on her channel and you can check it out there. But let's see what she has to say here. This is just kind of the introduction.
Adam founded Trans Dudes of LA in 2023 with the purpose. The idea for T-Boy Wrestling was born. According to their wiki, Adam founded Trans Dudes of LA in 2023 with the purpose of creating a consistent space for trans men and trans mass non-binary people living in Los Angeles to gather and build community through event series. The organization would host small meetups in Silver Lake and Echo Park, like hiking, beach days, pumpkin carving.
Okay, so Trans Dudes of LA, TDLA, that's the name you're going to hear a lot on this. And that is kind of that's like that's the TKO, right? To T-Boy Wrestling's WWE, I guess, if that's what you want to call it.
TD Bank is pissed. They're probably up in arms.
So, what I found when I was going through this story is that this really is a story about how, like, people just assume wrestling is easy to do. This kind of goes along with the OVW thing a little bit.
Yep.
People just assume that anyone can do wrestling and that kind of stuff, and clearly they can't.
Professional wrestling has made itself all inclusive, whereas in the 80s and 90s, generation which I came from, it was very exclusive. You had to have certain medals and certain attitudes to be a professional wrestler, and if you didn't have that, fortitude, you were gone, kicked out the barn, out the training facility, and they took your $5,000.
Did you ever get kicked out of a training facility off?
Never, my friend. I watched somebody get booted out of a training facility.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I've been around. I have known of people who have gotten kicked out of wrestling school, professional wrestling schools. Mostly women. I'll be honest with you, but I mean that's just the way it was.
You don't draw.
Well, it was a lot of in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was around the independent scene. A lot of the women who came into wrestling wanted just to be Sunny or Sable, and they would get into the independent. They'd get into the school, and they'd find out, oh, we can't just walk around the ring and be pretty. We have to actually do stuff, and they wouldn't. They would bail out. They would usually get kicked out. So, all right, let's keep going here.
But it was ironically at a billiards-themed event that Adam would meet Mitch Miller, which would prove to be quite the gamble indeed. Adam, a freelance animation artist, and Mitch, a printmaking artist, would soon become close friends and co-directors of TDLA and host their first ticketed event, Magic Dyke, in late 2023. Magic Dyke was a T-Boy-centered pre-party.
Okay.
I ordered that pay-per-view.
So it is an artist and a printer. That's who we're talking about running this right now. Okay. they met and they decided to do a show called Magic
Los Angeles
Dyke.
to gather and build community through event series. The organization would host small meetups in Silver Lake and Echo Park, like hiking, beach days, pumpkin carving, all throughout 2023. But it was ironically at a billiards event that Adam would meet Mitch Miller, which would prove to be quite the gamble indeed. Adam, a freelance animation artist, and Mitch, a printmaking artist, would soon become close friends and co-directors of TDLA and host their first ticketed event, Magic Dyke, in late 2023. Magic Dyke was a T-Boy-centered pre-party with live music and performance art and drag, where in a strike of lightning, Adam and adult film actor Noah Way wrestled on stage to the glee of attendees. And thus, the idea for T-Boy wrestling was...
Okay, they had a drag-themed pre-party.
Right.
I don't even know what why do you have to have so much crap go? Like, is it like a pre-party before a pumpkin carving contest? Like, what are you doing a pre-party for? Can't you just have the event? You'll find out later that these events were 8 hours long.
Dude, 40 matches or 80, what was it, like 40, 50 matches or some shit? You thought AEW was long.
Yes, we'll get it. It'll get there. But they were at a billiards event and they decided, hey, let's wrestle. And then they started wrestling. And then that's
by the end of the night, the owner was just like, where'd my pool sticks go? Where the fuck is everything?
We're gonna need more than chalk for that, buddy.
Anyway, go ahead.
Nearly a year later, their first T-Boy wrestling event was held in Los Angeles in September 2024 and was branded as, according to a quote from Mitch, a combination of professional wrestling and wrestling as a combat sport, as well as performative in a similar way to drag. But famously, November 2024 introduced the second...
It's professional wrestling, wrestling as a combat sport, and performance art like drag.
Yeah, they always...
I know.
It's so no. I'm using correct pronouns. They always have to insert. This is not. Why do they have to insert everything with some sort of sexual innuendo?
Wait till you hear their pricing structure. You're gonna. I can't wait till we get to
I saw this.
Pricing. I can't. The pricing structure is fantastic. I can't wait till we get to that. Let's.
Oh, that one price,
as well as
yeah. You know what I'm talking about.
Drag.
Can't
Famously,
wait,
November 2024 introduced the second Trump administration, which heightened community desire and interest in the event. We've got
everything's about LA. Trump.
Dude, everything's a key. Everything's a buzzword.
They can't. Like 2024 Trump was 2024 was not the start of the second Trump administration. Anyway, but it's like
they forgot about that.
It was.
They forgot about that other guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But social group that throws events, T-Boy Wrestling, an event series under TDLA, both directed by Mitch and Adam.
2025. 2024 was the start of the second one. I apologize for that. I apologize, Britannia. I apologize for that.
Who kind of favors my daughter?
Here you go. Here's the
March
action.
2025. Los Angeles. 800 tickets sold at $40 per person. $20 for trans people of color. Early bird pricing, I believe, started at $30.
Stop it right there.
Before out.
I'm stepping back. I'm stepping back. I'll rewind it a little bit.
I don't know if anybody in the chat caught that because I'm sure it's at 1.5.
Should I replay it? You want me to
just talking faster than Marv on his live streams. But yeah, listen. What was it? $40?
Here, I'll play it again. I got it queued up.
March 2025. Los Angeles. 800 tickets sold at $40 per person. $20 for trans people of color. Early bird pricing, I believe, started at $30.
Hold on, so funny.
Before selling out.
Hilarious.
There was also a 5.
It went down to 30 and 15 too. If you got it
right. So if you had the pleasure of being born black, or as some would say it, non-white. If you had the pleasure of being non-white, and on top of that, you liked people of the same sex, hey, my friend, you get a $20 discount. $20 taken right off the top. Why this thing was not filled with gay Negroes, I have no idea. We'll continue.
I know it's such a case of the soft racism of low expectations, right?
Dude, it makes no sense.
it's like we look. Okay, it's $40 for the white folks, but if you're black, we know you can't afford it. Like that's what it sounds like to me.
EOE laws right out the fucking window.
Right. It's insane. It's Eric in the chat. Do I get a partial discount because I'm mostly white? Is that how that works?
Did you not hear the woman? Did you not hear TDLA? You must be a person of color, and you also have to have your own Vaseline.
Right. Yes. So you don't need ID.
No ID. No I fucking D needed. You need.
Okay.
Online stream ticket offered for some shows. 80 performers.
And they sold
40 matches,
online.
memories to last a
There.
lifetime.
Okay, we just completely skipped over that part too.
Oh, go ahead.
2024 introduced the second Trump administration, which heightened community desire and interest in the event.
Yes.
We've got Trans Dudes of LA, a social group that throws events, T-Boy Wrestling, an event series under TDLA, both directed by Mish and Adam, and March 2025, Los Angeles, 800 tickets sold at $40 per person, $20 for trans people of color. Early bird pricing, I believe, started at $30 or $15 respectively before selling out. There was also a $5 online stream ticket offered for some shows, 80 performers, 40 matches, memories to last a lifetime. Notably,
80 performers and 40 matches.
Imagine the smell.
80 performers. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, man. 80 performers with it makes a Ring of Honor taping sound like a walk in the park. You know? Like,
yeah, really.
80 performers with 40 matches. And also no tag teams? Come on, guys. What are you doing?
Not one fucking tag team, no trios
Not
champion.
One. Yeah. You don't even know how to. You need to get Tony Khan in there to start.
And you know what they would do if there was one of these people heard like, hey, listen, in professional wrestling there are 3 guys that all win championships, and they were like, you know what? We'll just happen to call it the threesome championship. Yay!
Oh, hey, Alt Jake takes on. Jake, how you doing? I see you in the chat. And John JID hasn't been around in a while. Nice to see you, buddy. Hanging out here with This Is Awful. I'm glad to see you.
Hey, John J.
Been a while.
Follower number 1.
So, all right, let's get back to this
event that TDLA and T-Boy Wrestling had begun collaborating with Trans Guy Supply, a brand that sells adult.
Okay, so
toys
there's a third company now, Trans Guy Supply. We had 2. We had
snuck in the hotel room. He saw what was going on. He was just like, maybe I'll get myself in there too.
So we now have a third for a company that's put on like one show that had 40 matches on it, and drew 800 people. We now have 3 companies involved in this. Okay, it's ridiculous to me.
Acted as a vendor at the event, selling their own merchandise, whilst also selling T-Boy Wrestling merchandise and taking pre-orders for T-Boy Wrestling merchandise on behalf of T-Boy Wrestling.
By the way, will they show? I am appalled.
I made sure to get this in there for you, Awful. If there's one thing I made sure to do is get the merchandise in there.
Get the merchandise.
There it is.
Trans Dudes of LA, a social group that
There's
does
the merch. Can I get it back right on that so we can pause it again on there? No, we can't.
Jesus.
Right back there.
Oh well. It was shit, folks.
Was also
Take
selling
our
wrestling merchandise and taking pre-orders for T-Boy Wrestling merchandise on behalf
Here we
of
go,
T-Boy
here we
Wrestling and TDLA.
These are gonna
There it
sell
is.
out.
Look at that shirt on top, man. Isn't that a great?
They can't help themselves, man. It must always be displayed that you are a dick sucker, or it always must be. I'm not joking anymore. All right, it's getting a little. It's just like, dude, what else you got in your arsenal of personality?
All
right, good.
But like these.
Booted off the air.
You're a company of artists, right? Like that's your whole thing, is that you're a art collective or whatever. So you can't make anything better than that. I'm sorry, it's ridiculous. So I will get it going here in a second. There we go.
Got
It's not going.
Trans
There it
Dudes
is.
of LA, a social group that throws events, T-Boy Wrestling, an event series under TDLA, both directed by Mish and Adam. And now we're introducing Trans Guys Supply, a separate business and entity that was sponsoring and selling their merchandise at T-Boy Wrestling events. Got it? Good, because it only gets more complicated. The second T-Boy Wrestling in LA, a notable step up
doesn't.
production-wise. with
Yeah,
an
it's not
official
that
boxing ring,
complicated.
Bleachers,
Yeah,
professional
really.
lighting, and a jumbotron. And it was at this point it's announced.
Okay,
that
the
T-Boy
second
Wrestling-
event they had a boxing ring. Oh, let's let's not pass this up here.
Event number 2.
Event number 2, they drew 800 people at the first one, 800, and for the second one they
Good,
get
because it only gets more complicated. The second T-Boy Wrestling in LA, a notable step up production-wise with an official boxing ring, bleachers, professional lighting, and a jumbotron.
Production-wise.
And it was at this point it's announced that T-Boy Wrestling.
they had bleachers, professional lighting, and a jumbotron at their second show.
Yeah. Their third show, they had Sibians. Don't look that up.
Yeah, I don't think our audience needs to. Let's be honest.
Wrestling is leaving LA, baby. This event was gaining steam, and TDLA was riding the wave. The next stop was San Francisco/Bay Area in June.
Hey.
They have flags. I'm not. They have flags. They have. I guess the rest. They have a ring and
The University of
mats.
Minnesota wrestling mat. Yeah, they've
Yeah,
got that
and they have a
too.
ring. You can see the ring up there. Yeah, they had. They're. This would be like releasing a T-shirt for your podcast like 6 months into the podcast and thinking that it was.
What are you trying to say, motherfucker?
But I mean, look at this merch booth for the second show.
Trans men together and give them the space both in sports and performance.
That's the guy. That's
to,
the guy, by
express
the
their
way.
point of view from the trans-masculine perspective.
Followed by a 2-day spot in the home of our
Dude, I
narrator,
swear
New
some
York
of these
City, in
guys
August of
suck
2025.
helium
Good morning.
before they
Let's go
start talking.
Yeah, that was Mitch. That was the guy. Okay. But did you hear what she said? Listen to what she said happened after this event. Okay. So there's the wonderful merch stand. There's all
Trans
this.
men together and
There's
give them
Mitch
the
there.
space both in sports and performance to, express their point of view from the trans-masculine perspective.
Followed by a
Now
2-day
listen.
spot in the home of our narrator,
A
New York City, in August of
2-day
2025.
spa
Yep.
in New York.
Mm-hmm.
They had their second event, and then they decided to have a 2-day spa in New York.
Mm-hmm.
This is an indie wrestling show, guys.
They came in on Learjets.
This is an indie wrestling show where they don't even use trained wrestlers. They just have people show up and like if they have a good look, then they'll put them on the show. They don't need anything to go, but they had a 2-day spa for these
80 participants, 80 performers.
it's
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
Today is day 1
It's
of
from the
T-Boy
spa,
Wrestling.
live from the spa, and then they have the show. Look at that ring. AEW can't get that good of a ring in Australia.
No, they could not.
And
no
they
bent
have
post. Not now, at least.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. We got a lot of people coming in late. Hi, Sauce. We see you there. Yeah. There's a lot going on tonight. It's Saturday. We get it.
LA, but I'm a New Yorker originally.
Look at that TV.
We're both artists who want to see trans people thrive in every area of life. And this is just a stage to witness that on a small scale, to make a mark in athleticism, in sports, in arts, in performance. Whatever you want to make of this is for our community. This is for the performers here, all trans men, trans masculine, and non-binary individuals here tonight.
This is when I became aware of the event. I saw it on Instagram.
We were looking at WrestleMania shows on Toonie Talk Wrestling a couple years ago.
Right.
And I got to tell you, the production at those shows weren't this good. Like they have a stage, they have lighting, they have good sound systems, they have a good ring. How are they how would any performer go to the show and be like, "Oh man, I'm going to make a lot of money tonight"? Like, you know, this is their third show. You know, there's 80 people on the card. You know, you see what they're spending. You know that they had a 2-day spa. Do you think that this is AEW?
They couldn't wait for that hot dog.
Yeah, like, what do you think you're gonna get, buddy? I'm sorry, but this is insane that you think you're getting paid after this.
Stories. And it looked like a show and a half. So tea, so boot.
Oh my God!
Yay.
Is that you, Dish?
That was me. I was celebrating. I was there with the T-boys.
You were.
Me and my T-boys were hanging out.
You look handsome. We look so handsome.
So they're getting mainstream press. Widespread recognition that T-Boy wrestling seems like it's only getting bigger and bigger in the event scale and in the number of events that they were planning to throw. According to their Eventbrite, they had plans in 2026 to introduce Chicago, Boston, and Seattle installments. Also, according to their Eventbrite, all of these upcoming events are sold out, which is pretty shocking.
Wow.
Consider
Sold out events. 3 sold out events according to Eventbrite. That's a good start, right?
installments. Also, according to their
I
Eventbrite, all of
guess.
these upcoming events are sold out,
I mean, let's find out.
which is pretty shocking considering they are not happening. Because after Portland, T-Boy Wrestling got hit with a grand slam of their own.
They put up events and put that they're sold out, and they aren't even happening.
I don't get it, man.
Portland was the apex point here. This is where everything you find out what. I mean, I guess you could say, oh, everything went wrong, but it sounds like nothing went right from the beginning. Like they were just making ridiculous choices and spending all this money because they just thought, hey, it would never end. Like, how do you think that you can spend all this money and just be okay all the time? Like, I don't.
They were like, I like a beer and a hot dog, but you got kielbasa around here.
It's like AEW if Tony Khan's dad wasn't a billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Like if it was just a guy, but except the guy's not even a wrestling fan. He started wrestling because he had they went to Magic Dykes and had a wrestling match on a pool table. And apparently that was enough that they saw the vision. They needed to start a wrestling company for T-Boys.
8-ball in the corner butthole.
The consequences of their actions.
Also, this woman
So
knows
2026 to
nothing
introduce
wrestling.
Chicago,
Watch
Boston,
this
and
here.
Seattle installments.
None of them do.
Also, according to their Eventbrite, all of these upcoming events are sold out, which is pretty shocking considering they are not happening. Because after Portland, T-Boy Wrestling got hit with a grand slam of their own.
Grand slam
of their actions.
I mean,
So
I
before we
guess
get into
because of AEW, is that do they only know AEW terms? Is that why they think Grand Slam is a wrestling
That's
thing?
the only term that came up whenever they typed in gay wrestling.
They looked up gay wrestling and all they saw was your post about Grand Slam Australia last year.
Right.
I'm sorry.
16 by 16.
That
What's
was
that mean?
fantastic. No, yeah. Our ring is way bigger than that.
Way bigger.
I want to be explicit about the fact that this video,
Oh,
the
no.
story is
Okay.
absolutely not a safe space or an invitation for the bashing of trans men. My purview and on my channel, I put nuance above all else, if that isn't clear.
Too late.
Especially for a story that is so rooted in transness intrinsically, I find the should have known because he's a man critique to be shallow and minimizing.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that like trans women or wait, I didn't.
I don't even know the
phrase.
fucking confused. I know I sound like a fucking 80-year-old, but I don't know. Like, is a trans woman supposed to be a man turned into a woman? Or is a trans man supposed to be a woman turned into a man? I don't fucking get it.
I just can't believe that one of them, apparently there is a problem with one of them being against the other ones for being toxic. Like I had no idea this was a thing where it's like, you know, there's everyone says that when trans men get involved, it all goes to hell. But I don't want to perpetuate that stereotype.
We're not perpetuating it. We're just observing it.
No,
I know for a
using her
fact I've
quotes.
got several gay family members who don't appreciate the TQs in the LBGTQ moniker.
You should let them know that if they go to one of their events, they only have to spend.
I know.
half price.
You're like, yo, you could have got half off, bro. 80 matches, you were sure to get a couple numbers then.
as well as offensive to trans men, like in general. Lo and behold, that would become a theme. And in November of 2025, just about 9 months later, it all fell apart. Adam released this since deleted statement in November on the Trans Dudes of LA Instagram page. Quote, "It's with a heavy heart that I share that TDLA will no longer be producing events. In the past week, it has come to light that my co-director, Mitch Miller, has mismanaged organizational
this is what Tony
funds
Khan's
and
gonna
debts
pull.
in his name.
Yep.
Oh, T-Boy Wrestling owes me thousands of dollars and won't pay, so I'm taking them to court." Show was held critiquing T-Boy Wrestling's organization and handling of funds, with some users claiming they were not paid for services rendered. In the past week, it has come to light that my co-director, Mitch Miller, has mismanaged organizational funds and accrued debts in his name. This was done without my knowledge, and I discovered that a TDLA LLC was never established, as I was led to believe. Instead, all business operations and finances for TDLA events were conducted through the Print Shop LA, a company owned solely by Mitch Miller. As a part of closing, this TDLA...
So Mitch Miller joined this Trans Dudes of LA group, and then they started the T-Boy Wrestling, and then they joined up with the other artist thing, right? And all together, that was supposed to be paid out of the TDLA group. Apparently, this Mitch guy was just taking all the money and putting it in his business,
and
just using it as, his money. Nobody was getting paid. The funny thing is, though,
why would anybody? I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. You're fine. No, I insist. Go ahead.
Why would anybody find this hard to believe? You want someone who's confused about their entire identity to manage your fucking money? Pay close attention. I'll say it again. You want someone who's confused about their identity managing your money?
I don't even look at it like that, dude. Here's all you got to know. Here's the bottom line. If I went to any indie show and it was the second show and I saw a Jumbotron and I saw beautiful lighting and I saw 80 wrestlers, I'd say, oh, nobody's getting paid. Nobody here is getting paid. 1,000%.
Meanwhile, Gay Tyrone would nudge you on the elbow like, I got it for $20.
I'm just saying, this is so funny to me because this is a story that we hear time and time and time again about indie promoters just showing up and saying they're putting on a show and saying they're going to pay people, and then all the money goes to them and they never hear from them again. It's a tale as old as time. Okay, we've heard this story thousands of times. But when someone from outside of wrestling, it really does show that it's not just like wrestling people are scummy. It's just people are scummy and some of them do wrestling. Right? Like that's the message that I get out of this, is because I don't know. I think there's always been this weird thing about wrestling promoters when they're first starting off, that it's like they have to prove themselves because, we all know scummy people get into wrestling. But now from watching this, because this person didn't seem to have any interest in being like a wrestling promoter or anything. He just saw wrestling and thought, hey, I can make some money really quickly. Let's do this. And it shows me that it's not just people who are like into wrestling. It's just people in general just want to fuck people over all the time. And it doesn't matter what, how they do it or it's just, there's dumb people everywhere. I don't know which way you want to go with it. If you want to assign malice or anything, let's get a little deeper into it before, because I think you might have an opinion on it.
Transferred to a group of trusted community members who plan to reimagine this space under a new name with new leadership and a more equitable and sustainable structure. I'm genuinely excited.
They gave the social media account to the community, by the way.
What community? The Christian community? What community? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you want to be a part, but you want to be apart. If you know what I mean. Like, what the fuck? You can't pick and choose what the fuck when you want to be exclusive and inclusive and all this other dumb shit. Yeah. That's the problem that I have with anybody.
Will carry the work
forward. No, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
In ways that better represent and serve our community. I hope you will continue to support their efforts in this transformation. One of the most notably and publicly scorned employees who works T-Boy Wrestling was comedian, host, content creator, and performer Marley Goderer, a trans woman who acted as a primary host and somewhat face of the brand. T-Boy Wrestling owes me thousands of dollars and won't pay. So I'm taking adding, presumably directed at Mitch Miller. Is it true that you answered our business Zoom calls without a shirt on? Is it true that on said Zoom, I asked for my rate to be higher, even though it would still be lower than my usual day rate? And to determine if I would get my rate, is it true you proceeded to take out a tech deck, Your Honor, a tech deck is a small hand toy skateboard, and say, quote, if I land a kickflip on this tech deck, you can get your higher rate? Is it true during a show you were giving me a non-consensual...
How do you...
Perpetual children. I don't know what to tell you. That's some shit that a fucking middle schooler would pull on another middle schooler.
I'm going to pull out this tech deck. And if I can land a kickflip, you get your bonus. If not, then you do. And then
that's like the preacher. That's like the preacher with the fucking money in the little bucket there. He throws his. He goes, yeah. All the money that stays up in the air belongs to God. All the money that drops down to the floor belongs to me. I mean, come on now.
It's ridiculous that anyone would take them seriously at this point. Hey, the music just kicked in. How did that happen?
I don't fucking know. You probably bumped your mic.
How does that have anything to do with my mic? Are you in our chat? Are you going to start thinking that everything's my mic? Okay, here we go. Let's keep going here.
Massage while I was speaking into the microphone, and you told me to order dinner because no food had been provided to me on hour 11 of the weekend shows. Now, did you tell me that dinner would be reimbursed?
Okay, so he started giving her back massages, or they started giving them back massages and didn't order them dinner. This, by the way, yeah, the host is hilarious. I do have clips of them.
Kiss me goodnight.
I do have clips of them, but that didn't make it into this one. So if we do this in the future, you'll be able to see them. They're very funny. They said things like, the guys wrestle and they kiss each other. Like that was.
Has it been reimbursed? No further questions, Your Honor. So, yikes. And honestly, the real word on everybody's tongue was
yikesies. Whoa. Oopsies.
Dykesies.
I love that. Ooh, yikes. He stole thousands of dollars from people and people got hurt and didn't get paid. Yikes. Like, come on.
But don't hold it against his sexuality.
How did this happen? And honestly, the real word on everybody's tongue
They're starting to, this is where she brought up embezzlement. This is where she used that word. So I embezzlement is a strong word to use in this situation, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Of course. How did this happen? And honestly, the real word on everybody's tongue was embezzlement. And we'll get there. But while the issue definitely starts with the money, it created a web of issues that bled into pretty much everything else. It's notable to mention there are rumblings of sexual misconduct allegations surrounding Mitch, and it comes up a bit, but no one has come forward publicly with those allegations using that language that I've come across, so I'm not going to report or elaborate on it further. The central issue we're talking about
here just did, woman! I hate that. I hate that. Where it's like, somebody said that there might have been allegations. I didn't see them, so I'm not going to report them. But somebody said that there's allegations. You just said the man has sexual assault allegations against him.
But in my next 90-minute video, what the fuck?
I will say the only thing that I heard that would go to SA, not even SA, but just like, misconduct, I guess.
Right.
Was that he favored some people that he had crushes on or something?
For realsies?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I'm fucking stunned. Does anyone listen to Janelle Grant? God damn it.
That's what they should have done. They should have watched This Is Awful. They would have known all about this stuff.
Yep. Been schooled up.
No one was paid.
Avery, 22, from New York, and I did T-Boy Wrestling for the first night in New York, and that's my only affiliation with them.
Go by the he, 24 years old, and yeah, I was
T-Boy
Wrestling on October 10th.
I'm 27, and I am Daniel's friend, and I've just been advocating for Daniel and trying to be a voice to get his story heard and get some visibility on the mistreatment that happened that night.
I was in the event
they all
that
suck
happened
helium
in
before they
Oakland,
talk.
and I also co-run Trans Bay Area, which did have some association with TDLA.
The central issue
Now,
we're
by the
talking
way,
about here
we
is
just had Trans Bay Area. That's a fourth group now involved.
Jesus. He peeked inside the hotel room. Wanted some.
Everyone's got a group. Everyone's got a business. Everyone's got a charity. Everyone's got a GoFundMe. Everyone's got a, Daniel has a GoFundMe. That guy has to, like, everyone has something. You can't just exist or be a person. You have to have something, right? So
the most
I like boys. Pay me.
No one was paid. Food vendors, referees, hosts, DJs. These were wide scale, huge, multi-city events, a string of them. And in their wake, a trail of unpaid labor by primarily black and brown trans people. Not good. This is livelihood we're talking.
They got half off.
Yeah, you only had to pay half to be here, so we only have to pay you half. And consider we're paying the other guys $10, that's pretty much nothing. I'm sorry.
Right. They got okie doked. They got fucking bamboozled.
You know why they were so willing to give trans men and women half price at their shows? Because before they'd come in, they'd be like, "Hey, you can come wrestle if you want," and they'd be like, "Okay," and then they didn't have to buy a ticket. Then they just showed that they could be performers instead, so they didn't actually have to sell. That makes sense to me. Actually, not a bad idea in my opinion.
I'd love to see Triple H come in on one of their training sessions.
AJ Styles is talking about how he's
nuts hanging out of your boxers. I know.
AJ Styles is talking about how he's a scout now. He's going. I want to see AJ Styles show up at a T-Boy wrestling show and try to scout those guys. Well, that's loud. We're turning that down. We're turning that music down. It came back on, and now it's the loudest thing ever. I don't understand. And if I turn it down one, anyway, okay, there we go. Okay, let's get back here. We got a lot of time left.
While the wrestlers were volunteering their time, the people working the event were told they would be compensated and then strung along for weeks on end.
Take us to
the wrestlers were volunteering, and the people who were selling stuff were getting paid.
Right.
I just want that to sink in. Okay, the wrestlers were volunteering.
From sexuality to stupidity.
Of how is it organized? How
it wasn't.
It wasn't.
It wasn't organized. We all pulled up. They told us to get there at like 10 a.m. So I was there at 10 a.m.
You did what?
We were all kind of like waiting around.
Say again.
Food, but there wasn't. So we left the venue, grabbed some food, and then it was a couple hours. We had to like wait a couple hours. It was sweaty and gross and smelly. And they didn't really like let us practice together or anything beforehand. So we're all just like doing push-ups in the basement. I'm kind of like more on the not outgoing side. So I was hoping, like people are gonna like come together. We're all gonna chat and stuff. But everybody's just like mean mugging like in the corner, like
very serious.
Yeah, very serious. So they, Trans Guys Supply.
Yes.
So they were there at the event and they had like a stand with like a bunch of gear, all that stuff. But they like ran out of.
By the way, Trans Guy Supply also sells things to help you like tuck. Okay, that's like that's where they make their money. Is they literally sell.
Your fucking web browser is probably just gone crazy.
I did my research. I did my work on this story. Okay, and yeah, Trans Guy Supply, like they sell this, like it makes you look. You get something to make you look like you have boobs and stuff like that. That's what Trans Guy Supply does, and they were involved in this for some reason. This guy's saying that, we didn't get paid. People were mean mugging each other. And so it's like, I mean, so it's a wrestling show. So it's a wrestling. I thought
they were supposed to be fun.
Yeah. Here's what it sounds to me like. It sounds to me like Dijak and those guys like put on a dress. We're like, yeah, we can work. Give us money. Yeah. We love being lady boys. Now give us a lot of money. Ricky Morton shows up, We're
gonna call you the Fabulous Eunuchs.
That's the thing. I can just see a bunch of old wrestlers coming. Virgil, if he was still alive, would be there. He'd put on a little skirt. He'd be like, "Hey, I paid half price to be here, but you have to pay me full price to work, buddy."
Right. $40 per picture.
False sizes and all that. So they were like, "Oh, just Venmo us and we'll ship it to you." And I was like, "Okay." But like, to be fair, this isn't from Trans Guys Supply directly. The guy that like did the T-Boy wrestling, like created it. Yeah. He was the one that like designed and created like all the wrestling stuff. So like that money was going straight to him.
This isn't Air Gold, is it?
On his back too.
I mean, I'm listening like, hold on. we have this guy on about an hour ago?
Eric Gold has to answer the T-Boy wrestling allegations. That's why he was so easy to get off the air. He knew we were going to catch it.
I better go, guys. I'll see you.
Oh, T-Boy wrestling. I got to go. That's it. We knew it. Get him, guys. No, don't do that. We like Eric Gold. That's exactly what I was picturing, though, when I was talking to him. I will say that's exactly the man I was picturing. He's a tranny.
Transformers. It is so true. More than meets the eye.
I think they said it'll take like
Every time they show merch, they show that same terrible shirt. Every time.
All the time. Every time. And you know it was in a faded pink.
We'll know very quickly if Eric Gold was honest when he said he'd keep listening after he got off.
Right. Dude, he blocked us both now. Anyway.
So I was like, okay, cool. So I waited the 2 weeks, and then I was like, no confirmation or anything. So I was like, let me wait a few more days. Let me be nice, give them a second. And then still nothing. So I reached out to Trans Guy Supply and Mish and Adam all in the group chat, and I was like, hey, so
I'm
like,
sorry. Is this guy really on here because he never got a T-shirt? Is that really
You heard
why
correctly.
he's here?
Yeah. Nor did he get paid. Okay, I don't know how much he's supposed to get paid. I can't imagine it being anything over $30. I really can't. But he needs that $30, goddammit.
Eric Gold needs to get paid. He's
Yeah.
still
Eric Gold.
X ain't paying these days, guys. X, we can tell you that.
Right.
Why do you think we started a second podcast? X ain't
That's hilarious. That was funny.
You'd be surprised how much my 3,000 followers get me an income every month over there.
Oh, God.
I still haven't received anything.
How would T-Boy Wrestling move forward? How would the funds be received? What would happen to Mish, to Adam?
Well, he needs to be thrown in jail. That's
jail!
This is
Send him to
scamming.
jail!
He should be under the jail.
He should get the chair. Give it to
Death penalty.
This is so dumb.
You are scamming from your own community too. That's already like down in the fucking dirt right now with everything going on.
There wasn't really anything regarding like any potential injuries. It was mainly just like, here's what we do, here's what to expect, like performative or traditional and stuff. There wasn't really much like talking
Okay,
about
so
like
this is the guy that got injured. This is the guy that started a GoFundMe.
Right.
Because he got injured. And in the go, man, if we talk about this again, I'll pull it up. In the GoFundMe, he talks about like how it's to help him pursue his wrestling dreams, and how this put it on hold. And like, dude, this was your wrestling. This is how you were going after your wrestling dreams, was wrestling on T-Boy Wrestling with 80 other T-Boys, and it like I'm the thing that drew me to this in the first place was when I went to look, I was just looking for like funny GoFundMes, because we've seen GoFundMes where like people in the IWC were like, I need a new TV.
Yeah.
My daughter will never be able to watch Cody Rhodes again if I don't get a new TV.
Shout
So
out
you
Kenny for your
please
thoughts,
give
you
me a
fucking
new TV
bastard grifter.
something like that. You know, we see, that's usually what we see. So I wanted to do an episode on GoFundMes, and the one that I found was actually pretty cool, because the guy was like, every wrestler on earth who gets injured starts a GoFundMe to get us to pay for it. And he said, I'm just a wrestling fan, but I figure I deserve your money just as much as they do. So why don't you give me money? Like, I thought that was actually kind of funny and clever. But every other thing I saw was from this event. And it was the TBLA, TDLA, it was the art collective, it was this guy, it was a referee, it was the guys that did lighting. It was all of them trying to get money. And my first thought, I'll admit, is that a lot of trans people end up going to GoFundMe in order to get their surgeries because insurance will not cover their surgeries. And it's become a common thing for them to reach out to the trans community, have them pay for their surgeries, which, hey, you know what? If that's what you want to give your money to, if you want to support people, that's totally fine. Understand, whatever.
Hey, Doc, I want to look like a wallet down there.
But then it seems like they think that because they were able to get the money for their surgery that way, that's just how they get money from now on. Right? That's kind of where my mind was when I first saw this. Now, getting deeper into it, there were a lot of problems at the event, and clearly the guy was an asshole, and clearly he wasn't fit to do this, So I'm not going to get mad about that. But and like this guy was injured, so yeah. But when you have a guy who like didn't get his t-shirt, and he's saying the guy should be thrown in jail for not sending me the t-shirt, it's like, come on, dude.
This is not kept, man.
Hazards and safety stuff. It's not even just about the injury. It's about like they ran an event that wasn't insured. The only thing they did once was share my GoFundMe on their Instagram story, but then after the, the 24 hours, it got deleted.
I had requested, actually, I was one of the friends that reached out and like said, hey, like I thank you for sharing it once, but this is really serious. Because one of the things we found out.
This is the other guy's friend. This person wasn't even involved in the show.
Baby Yoda.
This is just the other guy's friend I imagine this is Corey from PWN. You know how Corey, I'm just going to say it. I don't care. So you know how Corey from PWN was actually the one who started the crazy GoFundMes for Kenny over and over again?
Okay.
And now he runs a pro wrestling news site, and everyone,
forgets.
Everyone forgets that he was the guy who actually started all the GoFundMes for him. So that's basically who this is. If you want to put him in, retrospect, that's who this guy is. So
during this time was that from the doctor was that this type of injury can only be healed through reconstructive surgery. And so we realized how serious it was, and we were asking them to get more visibility on it. And Austin replied to me through the T-Boy Wrestling page and said that he was just so overwhelmed that he couldn't. And I asked him and pressed further of like, you can't share it again to the story like you did the first time. And I never got a reply.
It's not even just about the injury. It's about they ran.
This is where I do have to step in though, because I do feel for people who get injured in situations like this. And I do think that, they didn't have insurance. That's a problem, obviously. Why didn't you ask to see their insurance before you decided that you were going to wrestle on the show?
Motherfucker, bro. Like, these people are not thinking about that. When I say these people, I'm talking about these particular people who are attending the event. Don't even try to misconstrue my words, fuckers. But these guys went out there and they wanted to be like, hello, Frisco. And they wanted to be a part of something. Again, what did I tell you earlier? Like, they want to be a part of something. Doesn't matter the price or anything. They just felt like they were going to come out in front of the world and do this type of thing. But reality sets in fast. And strike one and two was the simple fact that neither one of the organizers knew a goddamn thing about professional wrestling to the point where they had to have some matches of all those fucking matches. Some of them were amateur wrestling matches. Slightly embarrassing. I wish some people would know how to do a fucking proper double leg takedown. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah,
poor guy.
That's a good point. This woman is not fit to cover because she doesn't understand wrestling.
Right.
But some of the matches were worked and some of them were shoot. It's as if he went, okay, have you ever trained to be a wrestler before? And if the person said yes, then he would script the match. And if the person would say no, he would let him have a shoot fight. I mean, okay, I guess. But all the shoot fights, every shoot fight that I looked up ended up with people humping each other. So I don't know how it was really a shoot fight anyway. But, okay, here's the thing. Here's the problem with that, right? It's that if you say no, it was a shoot, then you're telling me that trans men are so horny all the time that they just hump everything no matter what they're doing. And if you tell me that it was fake, then you're telling me that they're not real, that they're lying to us. So I don't know which way is the better option here.
I said it earlier, man. Present something other than your sexuality in society.
And
present something else other than your sexuality in society.
I don't even think that trans wrestling is a bad idea. I think that if they were properly trained, I think that
on Patreon real
I
quick,
think
Bull.
I think that camp. I think that there's definitely a market in the trans community for campy things. And
that motherfucker just stole it all. There is no market anymore. What are you talking about?
I think that wrestling. Well, I think that professional wrestling is inherently campy. So I think that there is a crossover to do it, but you can't do it by going in the middle of a trans rally and going, "Who wants to wrestle?" and then just letting every single person who says yes run up and do it. Like, that's not how you do it. You have to.
They should have went to Vern Gagne's camp.
Or you know what? Here's what I would have done if I was this guy. Call Effie.
Who?
Like, I know Effie. Like, I know that we kind of clown on Effie, but if anyone is going to know how to do this, it's him. And if you look up gay wrestling, the first thing you find is Effie. So just call Effie. He will absolutely help you with this.
See that, chat?
You know,
this is fucking web browser must be fucking shitting a brick right now. What do you want us to look up again?
You know,
dilation.
Effie.
What the hell?
Really don't know. You really don't know Effie, the big gay brunch, that whole thing.
Not really. No, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't keep up with the gay wrestling scene. Forgive me.
For a while there, if you followed Ring of Honor, you couldn't help it, right? So it was it's what happened.
That wasn't insured, because the whole thing with running wrestling events in Oregon is like you have to have insurance to cover these types of injuries, because then the venue itself can get sued.
So there are laws put in place to ensure wrestling events in the state of Oregon if there's an injury.
Yes.
And had that been done, you would have received compensation for your injury.
Yes.
Wow.
They are supposed to have insurance to
Well,
cover.
okay, let me tell you something, brother. Here's why. That my
Brother,
poor
sister.
locos, my poor little logo's kicking it a little bit.
I'm sure it fucking did.
Did you realize that earlier you did everything but call it wrestling? You called it performance art, drag.
Yep.
Do you
Combat.
think that the guy who ran the show didn't do the exact same thing to get around the insurance laws and everything that's needed to run a wrestling show? Because you're
tried
doing
to keep this as quiet as possible, I'm sure.
anytime anybody would ask, it's performance art. I run a performance art group, and you supported that, man. And every one of your guys did, because every one of them was like, it's performance art. This is performance art. You didn't want to say wrestling. And guess what happens when you don't say wrestling? You get screwed. Okay.
Yep. I almost bet that the reason why these fucking things were so long, because he probably registered them as a convention.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, we're gonna be here 2 days. I saw one of the posters. It was just like from 5 to 12, including an after party. 11:30 is already a dangerous time. What are you still watching wrestling for?
And don't forget about the 2-day spa beforehand, and don't, you know, and the pre-party with the DJ that they had to have. You know,
Korean women must have sued that night. Like, wait a second. What you mean we can't be here? We spa experts.
Oh my gosh. We're going to get kicked off YouTube.
And the whole LLC that they were supposed to have was like limited liability company that would prevent them from getting sued, and it would provide compensation for stuff, and nothing.
You absolutely would have gotten care more smoothly and cohesively had insurance.
Yeah, so promoter license
What?
required.
You guys are such fucking. These guys are knuckleheads.
I
Okay?
almost think they deserve to get screwed over.
How about that?
And
They all think they deserve to get screwed. but
No,
screwed over.
and it has nothing to do with their sexuality or who they are or their gender or whatever. It has everything to do with the fact they're idiots. They're morons. They're dumb. Okay? Ask to see the promoter license. Ask to see the insurance. Don't just take a show and do, I mean, and when you agreed to not get paid, brother. Like, what do you want, man? You're doing this for free.
They were doing this shit on the strength that they thought that this was going to progress their movement to a point where somehow in 4 or 5 fucking years, somehow Gay Tyrone would be the main event of WrestleMania. Like it's this pie in the sky thinking like, hey, we can actually do this. There's a big gigantic 150-inch goddamn screen now. This thing looks good. Let's get involved. They thought that they were going to get in early on the whole thing. That's what they really thought. They never want, and I'm not talking just because they're trans or whatever. Any idiot would think this way. Hey, listen, I mean, JD from New York. God damn it.
Eric Gold.
All these people.
Sorry,
and all these people.
They had a bonus. They had a bonus when they worked for. They had a bonus when they worked for T-Boy Wrestling. You know what the bonus was?
What?
Wiener, dick.
Yeah.
They got to go backstage, and it was a bathhouse backstage. You know it was. But I mean,
Taiwanese surgeon ready to go.
It makes me wonder if that was like part of it, right? Like the idea, because they were selling these as community building events. And so you have to think that they were like, oh, I'm going to meet a lot of people like me. And,
yes.
And
it's a mixer.
Right. Exactly. It's more of a social event than a performance. So that's why I don't exactly feel bad. It's like, if you were being a professional when you started, you would have never done this. So why should they treat you professional now?
Right.
Because it didn't end the way that you wanted it to. I'm not saying that I'm siding with the asshole, right? I'm just saying I don't have a lot of sympathy for anyone who got taken advantage of in this situation, because
yeah, dude, you're stupid. Gay, straight, or fucking, I was about to say
there's so many red flags here that you should have known or at least questioned,
Get your priorities straight.
Commission representatives, assignment of medical personnel. I mean, they did have an EMT. It says approval of amateur athletic. And basically, yeah, they had to go through the Oregon State Police and the Oregon State Athletic thing to even like be allowed to run this. And to do that, they would have to have licenses, insurance, and even bonded.
Because I'm formulating a thought, but I want to be sure. Wasn't Portland, Oregon, like one of the toughest fucking places for a big ass company like WWF to get into for the longest fucking time?
1,000%.
Jesus, because they had so many regulations, had so many policies, so many rules in place that it was like damn near impossible. It was almost like a major event when WWF, I think, or WWE went there for the first time in like what, 15, 20 years?
I remember it was in like the mid 2000s because they made a big deal about Roddy Piper. He was back with the company. Yep. And they made a big deal about how this was his first time ever actually wrestling in Portland with a major company.
Right.
And yeah, no, but you know what else Portland is? What else is Portland known for? Awful.
Ken Patera?
Well,
or Billy Jack Haynes.
Sorry. And Billy Jack Haynes. And they're also known for being very quote unquote progressive. Right? So
I guess, yeah. Legally lazy. That's what I like to call it.
So when a guy like this goes to them and says, no. I mean, it says wrestling, but it's performance art. I'm sure that Oregon was like, oh, you want to do, oh, that sounds wonderful. Absolutely, we'll let you do that. Yeah. I mean, the guy found a loophole. I don't know what to tell you, man. The guy seems to have found a loophole. And apparently worked.
Yeah, dude, you got fucked, and not in the way that you.
Do you know how many wrestlers get fucked every day?
Really?
Seriously?
Join the club.
Yeah. Hey, guess what, man? You're in the club. You're a wrestler now. You did it. Good job.
Right.
I'm sure you can swap stories with Kevin Apollo, and he'll hate you, but he will absolutely swap stories with you about being screwed over by promoters, I'm sure.
And that's the only thing he's going to swap.
To your knowledge, they did not have any of these things?
No.
You can find a link to support Daniel's GoFundMe down below. Due to the mismanagement of funds, I'd assume it's held in contempt whether any of these events
not on here. You can't. Don't go below if you're watching this right now. You will not find anything to support Daniel's GoFundMe. For this, I don't have a lot of sympathy for Daniel. I'm sorry.
Now, if Daniel super chats,
hey, yeah, if Daniel wants to share his GoFundMe in the super chats,
right?
Absolutely. And by the way, I am not saying that the promoter of this in this situation doesn't deserve his comeuppance, right? Like he absolutely does, especially when you consider all the other companies, the other companies involved that he screwed over and stuff. It's just hard for me to feel bad for the actual performers because there's so many red flags leading up to actually stepping in that ring that there's no reason you should have stepped in that ring. Like you looked around, you knew that you could have asked if they had insurance. You could have looked around and said, this isn't what I thought it was. Every single one of them said that when I got to, I didn't get my food and I didn't get then leave. You're not getting paid. So leave. You're a human being. You can walk out. You don't have, no one's
take this as a loss.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? If you walked out when you saw you didn't have food, you'd have lost 30 minutes of your time. That would be all this cost you.
And you got to work out.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And you, I'm sure you made a friend, like it's when there's so many red flags, I just can't believe that these people think that they're not. And especially with the Daniel guy, he's not asking for money from the guy who screwed him. He's asking for your money.
Right.
He's asking for my money. Okay, he's not suing anyone. He's asking for us to reimburse him.
People with an entirely different personality than him. That's how I'll put it.
Why? What? That's my main problem I have with GoFundMe. Period. Right? Is that there are a lot of great causes and stuff on there, and there's a lot of things that I support.
This ain't one of them.
To me, it's just like there is somebody directly responsible for your pain. Go after that man, because if you don't, you know what that tells me? It tells me that you know that you messed up.
Right.
That's what it tells me, is that deep down, Daniel here knows that he should have walked out. He knows that there were red flags. He wouldn't win in court. So what does he do? He asks for your money. And you know what he doesn't do? A 2.5-hour podcast on Saturday night. I mean, he doesn't do anything for it. He worked for 20 minutes, twisted his ankle, and then said, "Give me money."
Right. Like he was working out before this event. Like, dude, I did fucking 20 hours a week in the gym. I got trained and ready for this thing. I was ready to win their world championship. And
you know how much he's made? How much he's made on that, by the way?
Please let me. Can I guess?
Go.
Let's have the chat guess as well. I'm saying, what was the goal?
I'll tell the goal.
Okay.
The initial goal was 13,000.
All right. He got $80.
No.
Less than that.
Do you really want to know, Awful?
I'd love to know.
Almost $16,000.
It's a big country. I mean, there are a lot of soft asses around here. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they gave Kenny fucking the money for goddamn TV.
I know.
Why am I surprised?
Almost $16,000 and 20. Okay, it's up to 25 apparently, according to
I am so personally affected.
Oh no,
by this.
those are guesses. Sorry, I forgot we're behind. So yeah, it
Okay.
was around $16,000.
Mm.
So, and you know what he didn't provide? A medical bill. He didn't show one bill. He didn't show anything that showed that he had to actually pay money for medical expenses. Nothing. He just said, this mean man took all my money, or this mean man did a show and injured me. And so this is how much money I think that I am owed. And he got $16,000.
The sympathy grift. The sympathy grift is just outstanding. I'm not gonna say anymore because I hate. I'll tell you after everything is said and done, why this is just so agonizingly painful.
I don't care. I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have had many issues throughout my life. I have had 3 separate occasions where I have either been brought back or almost died. I had to quit my job and change my entire life to move out of the city that I was in for 30 years to go to the middle of bumfuck nowhere and live my life and live on in a guest house on my parents' property. I have given up everything because of my problems. And I have never once gone online and said, give me money for nothing. Because
never fucking once.
You know whose problem it isn't? It isn't your problem. It's my problem. So I deal with it like a man because that's what you do. Okay? I deal with it. So you know what I do? I do podcasts. I go online. I make content. Because if I get 1 cent from you, I want to earn it.
Been saying it for months.
Okay. So yeah, do we take donations and stuff? Yes. But you know what I also do? I spend 20 hours going through this crap making clips so that I can actually have a segment to produce.
Right.
Okay.
All of his advertisements now have to do with gay shit.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that it makes me very angry when I see an accountant in Florida go online and say, I need $300 for a new TV because my daughter threw a Wii remote at mine. When I'm sitting here working for 3 months to afford a budget gaming PC to be able to stream from, I'm just saying.
It does affect you.
I could never go on to one of these sites and say, give me money because my story is sad. I am so sad about my story. Do you think I couldn't have sent videos of Max crying at Cody Rhodes matches and gotten tickets to WrestleMania?
We've seen it with our own eyes. That's why he's drawing from experience, folks.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I could have done this and I did it. And I couldn't live with myself.
It's how we came together. I remember looking at Kenny for Your Thoughts, and I was just like, let me just pick some random people, put a group chat together, and just find out what their thoughts are. And we became friends, and now all of a sudden we're podcasters.
This is the best show we ever did. I don't care that we made $10. This is the best show we ever did.
Did we only make $10? Let us get the fuck off the air. We'll see you next week, everybody. See you later.
Oh, wait. We got more.
You don't.
At Lissab1278 super chatted $9.99. Okay. I got your point and feel your pain. Here's some money.
I love our audience. Lisa. I love our audience so much. Lisa, that is the most hilarious $10 I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God. And I said it right on time too. Oh my goodness. No, listen.
Thank you,
we've
Lisa.
Said it, we've said it so many times. Thank you, Lisa, very much for your $9.99. And for those, I probably stepped on it, but let me read it again. Okay.
I can
got
play
your
it again.
point.
Should I play it again?
Sure, please.
Give her another drop here. Give her the whole deal.
And when we come to Philadelphia this time, there's going to be no mistaking what's going to happen. I'm going to come on you like nobody's ever come on you before. No baby doll at your side. Nobody to run distraction for you. Just you and I getting it on like two men should do.
At Lissab1278 super chatted
Lissab.
$9.99. Okay. I got your point and feel your pain. Here's some money.
All right. It's even better the second time around. Thank you so much, Lisa.
Oh, and Jake. By the way, I am not getting on your case about the cat. You had a cat that needed to be fixed, and you helped him. That's a reason to start a GoFundMe. Okay, that's fine. And you were lucky enough to have people around you that actually wanted to help. That's fine.
He was successful.
Oh my God!
Just using his mouth to get the man off.
At LK8181 super chatted $5. For all your hard work, you unrepentant grifter slightly.
I love it.
I love you. Okay.
I bet you. Let me tell you something. See, here's a God. I hate breaking the fourth wall, but I love to do it at the same time.
You're fine.
So for the longest time, everybody, this will tell you. This once, God, especially on the backdrop of what you just said, I almost feel like I shouldn't say this comment, but this is the guy that does like the promotion of the super chats. He doesn't really want to do it. I'm gonna admit he doesn't really want to do it.
I'll explain it. I
know I don't want to do it.
I understand the streamer economy.
Right.
There is a streamer economy, right?
I'm an old faggot. So
right. He's an old gay. Yeah, he's an old gay. And I understand the streamer economy. No, I get it though. The deal is that you, by giving us super chats, we understand the content that you like, and we're able to produce better content for you by knowing what you engage with. And that's just kind of how it works on the YouTubes. And Awful has a hard time. And I keep telling them, like, we are giving them content, Awful. I have to like shake him and look him in the eyes and be like, we're giving him content. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
No, I was just gonna say, like, I think I said it maybe the first or second show. We want to earn it,
right? And I think we do.
We want to fucking earn it. And I wouldn't expect anybody to give us $1 if they don't like the content. Period. Point blank. Full stop, as the young kids say.
No, if I didn't feel like I was putting on a show that was worthy of making any money in super chats, I would stop making shows. But I think that we produce a show that's worth what we make. And I think that if we want to make more, we should produce a better show. And that's the drive.
We're always looking for that.
And that's the drive that we have to get better.
Right.
Right. And so, but that's the main difference is that, like I said, I'm not going to get on all Jake or I keep saying all Jake. Why do I keep saying all Jake? It's Jake. We all know who Jake is. I keep saying Jake because,
switch.
Yeah. But like I keep telling Jake, like, I'm not talking to if you need money, like if I needed surgery, I might do a GoFundMe, right? Like if I needed something and I couldn't pay for it, I might do a GoFundMe. But you know what I'd do is I'd produce medical bills. I'd show my injuries. I wouldn't just go online and say, my friend Awful screwed me over by not giving my cut of my super chats this month. And I have to pay $5 billion to get a foot surgery. So I need you to pay me that money so I can get my foot surgery. Like and that's basically what they're doing. Okay. Right. So there's a difference.
Shout out to my homeboy, OJ Simpson. Keep up the good work, baby.
At Last Call Podcast DCC super chatted $5. If podcasts don't work out, this can always do, only you can earn it, as the kids say.
They had to cut it. Yeah, they don't say those words. He said OF. I can't say those words either.
Only fans.
Yeah.
Really?
No, we can't say that. We can't say that.
What? Only for the
We're not allowed. We're not allowed to say that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because they don't want they don't want the models coming on YouTube and like making teasing videos and then being like subscribe to my blah 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 to go.
Right.
We just got another super chat.
Thank you, last call.
Whoever gave us that last super chat too, I appreciate it. It did not.
Yeah, that was last call with Chris Connor.
No, there was another one after that.
Oh, by the way, Chris Connor, I just want to, I think I said it last week. No offense to you, no hate towards you. I did a terrible job a few weeks ago with you on the podcast, and I apologize to you because I should have did better. It was just a clusterfuck. But if you didn't hear it then, you'll hear it now. Anyway, go ahead.
You know what? That I think we got our conversation out of that. If we can go back to that's at 11 minutes. I only have about 7 minutes left of that video. Maybe we'll hit it up next week.
Sure.
But yeah, I definitely think that we got our conversation out of that. I don't know who. I really do feel bad now because we got another super chat and it didn't come through. It showed up on the screen, but it didn't show up on my.
It wasn't from Connor?
No, it was after that. So I don't know who it was. So I do apologize.
Maybe their shit got denied. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, it might have been blocked. Yeah, because we are talking about kind of like, touchy subjects. So
oh, come the fuck on, you. See, I wish some of you people were around when YouTube was around like 2015. Dude, on YouTube in 2015, 16 was like Daily Motion, was like Live League, like anything went. It was the Wild West. I loved it. I could watch World War II videos, and some of you know what I'm talking about. I could watch World War II videos and be like, wow, that was enlightening.
I'm sorry.
What are you laughing about?
Lisa, after I stopped doing it, Lisa goes, yeah, you got your money out of that conversation. You don't need to talk about it.
Real slick work there, Dan.
We love you guys.
We just fist pounded from 1,000 miles away.
We did. Yeah, that's all bullshit. We're right next to each other.
Every time, I swear to God, I'm not joking. Every time this does like, hey, if you like the show, give a like, do a super chat and all that. I think of Shawn Michaels doing the Hulk Hogan impersonation where he's just like, I've already got my money in your pocket. I'm sorry, but listen, folks, you already know we love you all. The 53 people watching. We're not trying to grift. We're trying to just give you a good time. We're having a good time. We want you to join in on it. And whether we make $10 or $100 or $300, we appreciate the you guys being anywhere on the fucking planet, but you're here with us. You're stuck with us.
I actually really dig this story, and I do want to finish it. So I think we're gonna do that next week. But I've gotten so deep. I just want to talk to you now. I'm just having a good time having a conversation. Awful.
Sure.
I mentioned something before the show that I wanted to bring up, and we didn't find a way to it, but I'm just gonna do it. It's the end of the show.
Sure.
You guys get a little bonus conversation here. I saw Run DMC live one time. The full crew, the real Run DMC, all of them.
Run and MC.
Run and MC, all of them, man.
Gotcha. All three.
All Jam Master Jay was there. It was the whole crew. And it was one of the worst concerts I've ever been to in my life.
Why is that, sir?
Because I saw
Are you doing dishes, by the way?
Yeah, I am. Okay. No, I'm not. I saw them at a radio festival in 2001. Now, this was when do you remember when they released that album where they had like Fred Durst on it?
Nope.
Kid Rock?
Nope.
You don't remember that?
No.
They released an album in like 2001, and it was like Fred Durst, and it was like every song they were trying to get into the new metal stuff, right? And every song
picked the wrong band for that one.
No, yeah, every song was a collaboration with like Fred Durst or something. Tommy Lee, I believe, was on it. So now a young Dis, I was 18 at the time, and I was still in, I mean, not even still, because I'm still into rap music, but I was really big into Run DMC. Now the radio station that the festival was for was an alternative rock radio station, and they decided to bring Run DMC there. So how do you think that turned out in 2001, Awful?
In Branson, Missouri?
No, in St. Louis.
Yeah, it went over like a fart in church.
Okay, do you want me to tell you the other people who played that day to give you a better idea? You had Stained, you had Weezer, you had Monster Magnet. Do you remember Monster Magnet?
Dude, I'm 0 for 3 on who you named.
You don't know Stained? It's been a while since I could. Yeah, that in Weezer, they did Wee You. I look just like Buddy Holly.
Okay.
You know them.
Sure.
And Monster Magnet was there, and Mudvayne was there.
Oh my God, that's the only one I know because one of my old roommates used to listen to Mudvayne.
Yeah,
horrid.
So after Stained left the stage, Run DMC came out, and you know what? They were amazing because they were Run fucking DMC. Right? Like they were doing it, man. They did not play one song off their new album. They played all old stuff.
That's how you fucking do it, bro. That's how you fucking do it.
They were doing the callbacks to the crowd, and they were doing the whole everything. But they're doing it to a suburban white crowd who was there to see Stained and Mudvayne. Okay. Right.
Bunch of Darios.
So you see where this is going.
Crowd,
Yeah.
yeah.
They put them on second to last, where it was Stained and then Run DMC and then Weezer.
So they were all high, drunk, and racially motivated.
Right. They're like it's either, like white kids who mosh and kill each other for Stained and Mudvayne, or it's the nerdy white kids for Weezer. And then in the middle, you have Run DMC. And I am in the lawn just singing every word. I am doing every callback. I think it's the greatest thing I've ever seen. Meanwhile, they're getting booed. They're getting stuff thrown at them. They're getting, the crowd was leaving. And I'm just so angry. Because I'm like, this is so disrespectful. Don't you understand? Like, I of course, I'm 18. So, of course, I'm like, don't you know? These guys, if it wasn't for these guys, you wouldn't have Limp Bizkit. You wouldn't have Kid Rock. You wouldn't have Mudvayne. None of these guys that you like now would be around if it wasn't for them. Don't you? I'm that guy, right? In the crowd getting mad. And I felt so bad because they played My Adidas. Right? Second to last song was My Adidas. Second to last song, and I'm freaking out. They play My Adidas, and I'm in the lawn. So you know how they had those old concert venues where it's like the lawn. You paid like $20. You could sit anywhere you want on the lawn, but then you could also get seats that were up front. So I had lawn tickets, and I'm back in the lawn going nuts. And during My Adidas, they pulled off their shoes and they signed them, and they started giving them out to people in the crowd. They were signing literal Adidas and handing them to people in the front row.
Right.
And they couldn't find people who would take them.
Them bitches were probably worth $40,000.
No, dude, yes. Could you imagine me on the lawn just screaming at that point? Just like, somebody, why aren't you taking them? Those are Adidas from Run DMC, signed Adidas from Run DMC, and you have to be such a dick that you're going to turn your back to a legend.
And it's not like you could run up to the stage with your balloon
get knocked
skin.
down. Yeah, I get knocked down by the security. There's nothing I could do. I'm just screaming and so angry. But I felt
nightmare.
I'm just like crying. I felt so bad because I felt bad for them, and then I felt like I want those Adidas, and like everything was just running through my mind. I was so distraught. And then eventually they just like they played Walk This Way, and they did it with such low energy. They were just like so done, and they walked off the stage. And I was just like, that's so sad. That's so sad. And then Weezer came up, and then everyone came back, and it's Weezer. Wee you. I look just like Buddy.
They're like, hey, it's all white now.
I'm just like, are you fucking kidding? You had Run DMC. You had Run DMC on your stage.
Yep.
And that's why you treated them. And I was ranting to Max about that earlier in the week, and I wanted to share that with everyone.
Meanwhile, they treated the Brady guy who fucking plays in Branson, Missouri. They treated him like he's fucking the second coming.
No. Yeah. Lucky Boys Confusion got a great reaction that day. Mudvayne, they loved Mudvayne, but not the literal. And by the way, this was 2001. This wasn't like Run DMC before people who knew who they were. This was literal legend status Run DMC at this point.
That was the beginning of the end right there, my friend. That whole era where it was just like, see, first off, nobody who knows anything about rap music today knows anything about a guy like Rakim or Schoolie D and PSK or you name them, LL Cool J. Like these people are.
There's a whole generation of
fathers now.
There's a whole generation of people that think Flavor Flav is a joke.
Yeah.
Right.
When it was supposed to be 911 is a joke.
Yeah. Man.
Public Enemy, like NWA, even those guys are like half in the bag now. Like who the fuck is Eazy-E? I've seen it. I've heard it from my cousins and from family members and from certain clients that I have. Like they don't know who these people are anymore.
No, you see it.
It's over.
When I really see it is when I see people bad mouthing Ice Cube on his kid's Twitter account.
Right.
Like wrestling fans trying to get owns on him by getting on Ice Cube, and it's like, you don't fucking say that about Ice Cube. What the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like I get so angry when I see that, and that's why he followed me. Actually, is because I defended his dad one time, and he started following me.
Wow. All Jake wants me to sing something real quick.
What?
Nobody
I can't sing that yet.
The trouble I see, nobody knows my sorrow.
Okay,
I know I'm not as good as the princess and Spaceballs, but you'll take it.
LK wants to know who was the nice rapper in the 80s. Fat Boys, maybe?
Bad Boys.
Grandmaster Flex. He was kind of.
Dude, they were all goody two. See, that's the thing. Like you listen to them now, you're like, oh, what a goody two shoes. But back then, it was fucking revolutionary.
Yeah,
you gotta really truly understand. I know this shit sounds foreign to you, but like a record scratch, what the fuck was just going on there? We gotta play that again. That's how it was. Like
for real,
for the longest time they were coming out of disco. Okay, and disco was flat. We appreciate it now, of course. But at the time, it was flat. And no, I'm nowhere near 50. But the shit was flat, and it was just like, we need something other than. And see, a lot of people give hip-hop the credit. But there was also, like, great yacht music. That's what I like to call it. Yacht music.
Yacht rock.
Yacht rock. There was great so it was keeping
New Wave was fantastic.
Right. Like electronic kind of music. Yeah. All
had,
that
like the
shit.
Madness and those guys coming in.
Yeah. And I gotta be honest with you. I know Mike Glass, if he's listening on the Replay Crew, shout out Replay Crew.
I think we're gonna
hate me on this.
We're gonna agree on this. I think we're gonna agree, awful. But I want you to
Nirvana.
Yes, thank you.
Stop. When you look back, it's just like, no, they weren't really turning heads. What was happening was, in my view, as a black guy, they played that fucking Smells Like Teen Spirit on MTV every other fucking song. That's
Nirvana,
just me.
Nirvana. Okay, the only reason
They've got
that-
one good song,
And
and
by
that's
the way-
Territorial Pissings.
No, I mean, "Come as You Are" is good.
Nah, Territorial
Um,
Pissings. It's the speediest. It's the most upbeat.
about a girl.
I love that music.
About a Girl is good. They have
Right.
good stuff. They're
I
a
guess.
good
I don't
band.
know.
They're a good band, but they aren't legendary unless Kurt Cobain dies, right? Like that's my thing. Is that like if Kurt Cobain and this is coming from a guy who spent his entire high school year wearing a Kurt Cobain t-shirt. At some point you realize that Nirvana, like Pearl Jam could have been Nirvana, or Red Hot Chili Peppers could have been Nirvana, or dare I say Green Day.
Peppers had better music than Nirvana.
Primus
their
was
shit
better than Nirvana.
was really like put together, well produced.
I mean, I'd say Primus was better than Nirvana. I'd say
Mm-hmm.
that Sublime was better than Nirvana. I'd say that I don't know if I'd say Pearl Jam was better. Soundgarden, Stone Temple Pilots were definitely better than Nirvana. You know, there's different ways that you can get to the same end. The only reason that I think Nirvana really, really hit so hard is because of Kurt Cobain's death.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
but I
They made
totally
a big deal out of that. They overblew that, if you ask me. I was there. I was around at the time. I Pepperidge Farm remembers, and I remember like Nirvana was just another band at the time.
They didn't until he died. They didn't seem bigger
Right.
than REM.
Right.
Like REM seemed bigger than Nirvana until Kurt Cobain died.
Fucking B-52s came off bigger than goddamn Nirvana at the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Lift you up too.
And Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean, Red Hot Chili Peppers, that Under the Bridge. Come on, dude. Like that song was hitting so hard. So yeah, I totally
You got to
agree.
keep in mind this. I'm not white. So like you're getting overexcited on music that I'm not.
But I'm just saying, I totally agree with you on the
Mm-hmm.
idea that it's funny because Sauce mentioned in the chat Butthole Surfers. I was
Mm-hmm.
so much more into Butthole Surfers at the time than Nirvana. And you know, there were a lot of bands that had really cool things going on in the 90s.
Right.
And Nirvana was kind of the least of them when you look back on it.
Yeah.
But I would say that in the long run, they definitely had a much smaller impact on music than guys like Public Enemy. And,
Oh yeah. Come
you
on now,
know,
let's not-
NWA. I mean, really, Public Enemy. Public Enemy is the one, right? Like that's Public Enemy changed what rap music. I mean, I guess you could say like KRS-One, and you know, there's a route to go down where people were doing Public Enemy before Public Enemy, but they were doing it.
That's a whole other conversation because there was a whole subgenre within hip hop where it was just like Run DMC, they ain't all that, you know.
I mean, Run DMC were MCs, right? Like
Right.
they came out of the party culture,
Mhm.
and they weren't these street poets that Public Enemy and NWA and KRS-One and those guys decided wanted to be at the time. So we you know what, this is a whole other podcast. We're probably it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning for you, and we probably shouldn't stay on talking about KRS-One for the next 2 hours. I could, man. I could, but that's probably not the best idea. So Awful. Do you think we should call it a day here? Awful's gone. Is Awful gone? Did he get so upset that I didn't want to talk about KRS-One anymore that he left? Okay, well, just in case he is gone. Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time, we have Toonie Talk Wrestling. You know what that is. We're going to be going more into this Al Snow stuff. And then, of course, anything that comes up between now and then, we will definitely hit up that day. We're looking for a guest. As you all know, Jake will not be there. So we are trying to see if we can maybe get something a little special for you guys. So make sure you tune in. We will not announce it beforehand. So, you know, make sure you tune in over at youtube.com/@TuneWrestling. Also, we you know where to follow Awful at Awful Wrestling on Twitter. And if you were interested in the T-Boy video, it is by Bitnia, which if you go on YouTube and search Bitnia, Bittnia, you can find the rest of her videos. We're going to try to cover them in the next few weeks, but we'll see what happens. If not, though, you can check out the rest of the videos there. Trying to think also.
Now
there he goes. Hi, Awful.
Like I'm in my shed.
Awful, promote your stuff. I did most of it, so go ahead.
All right, folks. I'm not too close to the microphone, but you can check me out each and every Saturday, along with AEW Disciplinary Committee, Aka Dis, on This Is Awful, 10 Eastern, 9 Pacific, as I'm trying to fumble around with my microphone cord that has come out. You can also check me out on Twitter, AEWFUL Wrestling, and also every Tuesday at 8 on Tony Talk Wrestling.
All right.
Try to plug this bitch back in.
So, and make sure also if you're on the X, why don't you go ahead and follow Wrestling Neckbeard? He is a solid choice for a follow over there, and he helps us a lot with our content. Also, make sure on YouTube you are subscribing to Jake at Alt Jake Takes On. He does shows. He does like 9 shows a week somehow. I don't know how, but that Jew, he just goes on and on and on and on about wrestling. He could never have enough talking about wrestling. So, he has a cat, and I have a cat. We're all friends. So yeah, I'm sorry. I drank tonight. That might be a problem. Maybe I'll do that from now on. Maybe I will. We'll see how this thing goes.
Who's gonna Jew? I'll tell you that. Nice. Let's make it 10.
I'll tell you what, Jake talks more about wrestling than anyone I know, and I will, except maybe my kid.
God. You have just now been compared, Alt Jake, to Max.
Hey, that is a compliment, because look at that man's work ethic.
Alt Jake is childless.
He has a job, and he does like 42 shows a week on his channels, and then he comes over here and he has like Twitter shows, and he has YouTube shows, and he comes on our show, and then sometimes he has this show. He never stops. He never stops because he is, I can't come up with a good joke to end there. But make sure you're following Jake. And is there anything? Oh, you know what? Air Gold. We should mention Air Gold.
Yes.
Go on Twitter, look up Air Gold. He's our buddy. He was good tonight. I mean,
Can you hear me, by the way?
I can hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think about Air Gold tonight?
He is what I said he would be. I don't know what I
said.
That is. No, he's all right. I mean, I can tell right off the bat he's a young guy. He's trying to be PC because he's Canadian, and all those fucking Canucks, they don't like to be offensive. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Except for.
All right, that's it. Everyone, I have to go into Awful's thing and mute that now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the show. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. I really appreciate it, y'all coming out. We will be back next week with we might continue the T-Boy stuff. Make sure you're tuning in at Tuning Talk Wrestling at Tune Wrestling on YouTube. We're gonna be talking more about the OVW stuff and anything that comes up between now and then.